going to be. He gets away from one tackle. Lefty's still running. Cuts back up. Lefty's still on his feet. Lefty's still on his feet. He's down the sideline. He's headed for pay there. Touchdown, Dragons!
And welcome to Livingston Academy as we're set for football action tonight. Thanks for joining us here on the Smart Bank pregame show. Join me, Gary Hall. And Gary, tonight's not a region matchup, but it's one of the oldest rivalries in high school sports.
It is, Gary. Always a big ball game when York and Livingston get together. No different this year. Both teams probably not what they are in previous years, as far as records and things like that, but still it'll be a great ball game. Both teams will give it their all.
And it should be a good one. York coming in here 2-6 on the season, picking up a win. Livingston coming in here 5-3. They've lost their last 2 in a row, so they're trying to get back on the winning track. York trying to start a winning streak, so we'll see what each team does here. Welcome once again to the Smart Bank pregame show. We're going to take this time out from Smart Bank, and then we'll be back with the Smart Bank scoreboard from last week and this week coming up right after the break.
Here at Smart Bank, we promise that when you choose to bank with us, you are choosing to manage and protect your assets in the smartest way possible. We understand you depend on your personal checking account for everyday life. That's why every new personal checking account includes a free debit card, free online banking and bill pay, free mobile banking, free e-statements with online check images, up to 10 surcharge-free ATM transactions per month, and more. At Smart Bank, we believe in delivering more than you think is possible. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome to the Smart Bank scoreboard, checking last week's action. Of course, Pickett County had the week off. That was their third week off due to 2 weeks to COVID quarantine. Also off last week, the Livingston Academy Wildcats and the Grace Christian Academy Rams took the week off as well. In Region 4 action last week, Smith County crushed Cannon County 39-7, and it was Upperman all over Grundy County 48-0. In non-region action, Watertown shut out Jackson County 38-0. White County, they're on a roll. They beat Clay County 28-7, and Green Hill edged Giles County 17-13. Now checking out this week's action, the Pickett County Bobcats, as we said, returned to action this week. They got region foe, Red Bull and Springs. Cannon County and Jackson County have this week off. The Smith County Owls travel to Stone Memorial. In the lone region 4A matchup, Grundy County is at Sequatchie County. Upperman, meanwhile, will be at Watertown. Grace Christian Academy travels to CAK. White County is on the road at Macon County. And Green Hill will visit Lakeway Christian. Thanks for joining us for the Smart Bank scoreboard. We'll be back with more in a moment.
Here at Smart Bank, we promise that when you choose to bank with us, you are choosing to manage and protect your assets in the smartest way possible. We understand you depend on your personal checking account for everyday life. That's why every new personal checking account includes a free debit card, free online banking and bill pay, free mobile banking, free e-statements with online check images, up to 10 surcharge-free ATM transactions per month, and more. At Smart Bank, we believe in delivering more than you think is possible. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Right back here on the Smart Bank pregame show. And Gary, this one a big one tonight for York especially. They became playoff eligible last week. A win here tonight and a win next week. They could go in a row going in that playoffs, and that could be huge.
It really could, Gary. A winning streak is a lot, and big win last week looked impressive. Get a win tonight, and then Cannon County next Thursday night, and go in on a 3-game winning streak and a little momentum and see what happens.
Well, now York coming off of last year's loss to Livingston Academy, 41-6. If you look back at the scores on that one, Livingston put up 14 in the first, 21 in the second, 6 in the third, and York's only score came on a Thomas Miller 25-yard run. Now, as far as common opponents this year, both teams have played Upperman. Livingston won 21-14. York lost 26-21. Smith County, Livingston won 35-0. York lost 7-0. White County and Livingston lost 34-28. York lost 54-13. Gary, when these two teams met last year, of course, York only had 92 yards rushing the ball, no yards passing.
Yeah, and just the running game couldn't get started, Gary, just trying to run out of the wing tee, and it was a long night trying to run the football, and obviously 0 passing yards, so less than 100 yards total offense. That's going to be hard to win like that.
And, of course, rushing for Livingston Academy, they ended with 169 yards last year, 5 touchdowns. They were 52 yards passing, 1 touchdown for a total of 221 yards. Some individual stats from last year. The only 2 players that are on the team, one of them injured, is, of course, Dalton Barger. He had 40 yards rushing and 32 yards for Gibson. And Gibson's got to have a big night tonight, Gary. He's back, and York's glad of that.
He does, Gary. You know, the running game's got to get started. You know, if you go with that power high backfield with Ricky Clark or Eli Kirby, and then Ben Cooper and Zach Gibson at the back of that, try to get that going. Got to remember, this is a different Livingston team too. They're nowhere near the team they were last year. That was an undefeated team that came up to Jamestown, played York last year.
Well, folks, we're going to take a look at the region standings when we come back. That's big as we head toward playoff time. We'll take a look at those right after this from Smart Bank.
At Smart Bank, we believe in developing relationships that last by working with you one loan, one customer at a time. We believe in reinvesting local dollars back into the community to help create local jobs. Local reinvestment helps small businesses grow and helps families finance major purchases and build financial security. Smart Bank believes in supporting education and local sporting events that benefit the next generation. At Smart Bank, we believe in delivering more than you think is possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here on the Smart Bank pregame show. Gary, you take a look at the region standings right now. Upperman's sitting at top at 4-0. York was a foot away from beating Upperman. Smith County, they're 3-1. York was an interception ran back that was away from maybe winning that one. You got York at 2-2. You got Sequatchie at 1-2. Of course, they're hosting Grundy tonight, and they've got Upperman next week. Cannon County's 1-3. They got York next week. They're off tonight. And Grundy County's 0-2. They got Sequatchie County tonight. They play Sequatchie County tonight, so that's a big game for them. But right now, Gary, this district is, as far as 3 and 4, still wide open.
Really, it is, Gary. You know, 1 and 2 are about set, so you are playing for 3rd and 4th. But, you know, it's been a competitive region. York's been in games with Upperman. They've been in the game with Smith County, and could say they outplayed Smith County, and, you know, the interception return being the big play. But they have been competitive in the region this year, Gary.
And you look at Region 3A, of course, you got Loudon sitting on top at 4-0. They got Red Bank at the end of the season. You got Brainerd that's 3-1. Red Bank, Gary, only 2-0. They're 2-0, but they had to give up 2 COVID wins, but it doesn't count against them as far as losses, so I don't know how that's going to work. And then you got Sweetwater at 1-3. You got Brainerd at 3-1. Signal Mountain 1-2, and McMinn Central 0-3. So those teams still got some things to settle, but that COVID thing is going to be a hard one to figure out by the time this season's over.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the TSSAA does when you get down to the end of the season. Teams haven't played full region schedules about how seeding will work.
So we're getting ready for the coin toss here as we get set for that. Want to thank our sponsors for tonight's action. They are Fentress County Executive Jimmy Johnson, State Representative John Mark Wendell, Hall's Family Pharmacy and Hall Sports and Outdoors, First Volunteer Bank, Gary Maxwell Insurance, Fentress Farmers Co-op, McDonald's of Jamestown, Attorney Leslie Clark Ledbetter, Mithrift Pharmacy, Conditioned Heating and Cooling, Twin Lakes, Pizza Hut, and Southeast Drywall and Construction, and the Sweet Beach Boutique. Our sponsors for football here on WDEB. Our pre- and post-game shows brought to you by Smart Bank. Of course, our Players Game brought to you by Hall Sports and Outdoors and Family Pharmacy. First Downs brought to you by Conditioned Heating and Cooling. And the Coach Kerry Johnson Sports Show brought to you each Monday by the Union Bank in Jamestown, Clark Range, and Byrdstown. And, Gary, I think they had the coin toss there.
Yeah, they did. York won the toss, deferred to the second half, so they'll kick off to begin the game.
Gary, we talked about regions this year. They reclassified. They brought the reclassification this year. And there's going to be some major changes in 3A and 2A. There's going to be a lot of teams that York won't be in the district with anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the region's changing in football. We don't know what those regions look like yet, but you look at the current makeup of York's region right now, Upperman's going to be moving up a class. Sequatchie County is staying where they're at.
This is Marvin Long, your Twin Lakes Business Solutions consultant. Now more than ever, you need a fast and reliable internet connection to keep you and your family connected. You deserve to work without interruption. Virtual learn with no distractions or run a business with high speed and reliability. With Twin Lakes Fiber Broadband, you'll have access to speeds up to 1 gig. That's 1,000 megabits per second and a reliable internet connection when you need it most. Give me a call today at 931-476.
And back, pardon me, us that had a little bit of a commercial run while we was talking. I'm not sure what's going on, but we're getting ready to kick this one off as you're going to kick off to Livingston Academy. Back deep for the Wildcats, and they've got those numbers that I'm not going to be able to see, Gary.
I'm not either. It's going to be really tough. So
they've got gray uniforms with light blue numbers on them. So we get them wrong, folks. Apologize for that. But
22 is the guy on the right. That is Caleb Robinson, and I can't see the guy on the near side to us here.
So we'll get that as we go, as York will kick it away. It'll be Caden Stover to put it into play. We're ready for football action. York and Hogeye, folks. It don't get no better than this as we get ready to kick it off. It'll be Stover and the kick. That's going to be a little squibber taken by the up man. He'll get it at the 35, get up to the 37 for you. Good job by the Dragons to run him out of bounds as the Dragons number 6 on the knockout on that one, Gary. That was Sweat Thomas.
That's Nathan Carwile, the up man that took the return there. Got it up to almost the 40. Well, did get it up to the 40-yard line, Gary. So Livingston going to start in good field position.
No, they're going to mark him back to the 37 and a half. I started to say they knocked him out at the 37. Sweat Thomas come over and knocked him out. Aiden, the freshman, knocking him out of bounds. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Wildcats, as it will be, looks like Cowgill, I believe, in the quarterback. No, they're going to get, looks like Carpenter back in the quarterback position. That's number 4, Carpenter.
Yeah, Raven Carpenter, the guy deep, going to take his first snap here.
And a good gusty wind blowing, so we'll see how that affects Livingston. They do like to put the ball in the air. As we'll see what Carpenter does. He's going to fake the handoff again, take it himself, and he's going to be wrapped up right about the 40-yard line. Great job by Zach Gibson.
Yeah, Zach Gibson there. Isaiah Strong to help finish that up. Kindly caught up with him from behind. He get a gain of about 3 yards, so it'll be 2nd and 7.
2nd and 7 now for the Wildcats. In a little bit of lightning, Gary, and you can feel that cooler breeze. That's coming off some rain somewhere.
Yeah, it's lightning all around us. I'm a little surprised we hadn't stopped the game.
And back will go Carpenter, back in the shotgun again. He's got one man behind him. Drops back. He's going to look at that. He's going to air it. I got a man out there, and he's going to bring it down right at the 32-yard line. And Brett Jones there to bring him down, Gary, but he got that wide open on that one.
Yeah, he did. Just ran through a seam through the middle of the field. Brett Jones late getting there, Gary, and they complete the pass.
And that was Briar Mosley with the reception. We may have to shut our window here, Gary, because it's trying to blow my computer away. And it will be York now gives up the first down to the Wildcats. They got it 1st and 10 on the York 31-yard line. Gusty winds out here now as Carpenter back in the shotgun once again. Takes the snap. He's going to pitch it over to the left side. Got a man out there rolling. He gets up to 30, gets to about the 28, going to be brought down. But we got a rag on the play, Gary.
Yeah, flag comes in late. That's number 22. That's Robinson, Caleb Robinson on the carry. He gets about 3, but there is a flag down, and maybe they're going to call face mask against York.
Okay, so York gets called for the face mask.
Yeah, York grabbed the face mask. It's the incidental 5-yard type, so that's going to move it down to the 23-yard line, and so it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 23-yard line as Livingston on the move here.
Cats marching on this first possession. They've got Carpenter all alone in the backfield. Carpenter back in the shotgun, waiting on the snap. Takes snap. He goes himself right up the middle. He's going to be brought down the 20-yard line. Good D that time by the Dragons.
Yeah, Caden Buck, Zach Gibson there to make the tackle, holding him to a gain of 2 there. So it'll be 2nd down and 8.
He got him right at the 21, so it's going to be second, and as Gary said, a 2nd and 8, 9:45 left to go here in this first quarter. And very windy conditions out here. I'm going to see if we can't get this wind to shut. It keeps wanting to blow my computer off the table. There, maybe now we'll be all right. As it will be up now will come the Cats. They've got Carpenter in the backfield. Carpenter gets the handoff this time, and it's going to go for about a yard. A good D again by the Dragons, Gary.
Yeah, that was Robinson on the carry, and actually going to get closer, get a good spot. He's going to get about 3, Gary, so it's going to be 3rd down and 5 from about the 18-yard line. But they just lined up with the one back and the 3 wides handed off. York doing a good job clogging up the middle of the line.
So York now needs a stop here, Gary. They need to get a stop. I would say kicking tonight's going to be at a premium.
Yeah, this wind is it's really rolling in right now at the moment, Gary.
And Carpenter set for the snap, takes the snap. He's looking to the right side, throws it out quickly. Going to be caught at the 11-yard line. That's not going to be enough, I don't believe, for a first down, Gary.
Yeah. No, he's calling it incomplete.
He dropped it.
He called it incomplete. The ball hit the ground, Gary. That was Jaden Lawrence, the intended receiver out there. It looked like he caught the ball, but as he took contact, he dropped it. So it's going to be 4th down here.
And now the Cats, Gary, pretty much going to have to go. Like I said, kicking's going to be at a very premium here tonight. We're going to have to get something to hold that door open down there. It keeps blowing and jerking our cords.
Yeah, it is affecting our camera over here, and so you may have seen that jerk a little on the replay, but or on Facebook Live, but it was the wind is blowing.
And now quick pass there out in the middle of the field, Gary, and they dropped another one.
Yeah, they did. That ball hit number 7, Briar Mosley, right in the hands, Gary, and he dropped it. And that's going to be a turnover on downs, and York going to get the football at the 18-yard line.
And getting a little bit of rain starting now, so I'm having to finish shutting this window so we don't get any rain on the computer here. But rain's starting to fall now, and it's blowing right at us. So I don't know how much we may have to move the camera up even more than we are right now. We'll see. As right now, it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Dragons as they've got it at the 18-yard line of their own. They'll come up with that big jumbo package led by Big Ricky. And they'll hand it off to Cooper, the second man through, and he's going to get up over the 20 to about the 21. And, Gary, last week we saw Cooper run probably harder than we've seen him all year.
Yeah, he got some holes, was able to run through them, and that time he gets about 3, Gary. So, move it up to the 21-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7.
So 2nd and 7 now for the Dragons as they come up. It'll be under center goes Lefeview. Miles calling out the play. Got that 3-man backfield still. Going to hand it off to Cooper again. Cooper going right up the middle, banging hard. Going to get up to about the 28-yard line.
That's going to be really close to a first down. The linesman that comes in from the left side, from our side over here, it looked like he marked it short, but he marked it according to the other guy, so it'll be 1st down Dragons.
That'll be a conditioned heating and cooling. Dragon first down. York with their first down of the ball game as they come back up to the line. Lefeview with Clark, Cooper, and Gibson in the backfield. They're going to hand it off up the middle again to Big Ricky, and Ricky, Gary, hard to bring down when he gets going downhill.
He is. Give him about 3 on that one, Gary. It'll be 2nd and 7. Good forward-leaning run by Ricky Clark.
So we're having a little bit of technical. Oh, there I figured out. We're about to lose our power. That's what it was. We were about to lose power here. That's why we were having a little bit of static there. But now it's going to be 2nd and 7 for the Dragons. Back in that 3-man stack again. They'll pitch it this time to Gibson. Gibson made a nice move to get back inside, but he's not going to get much yardage. Keeps pushing forward, and he's going to be stopped, Gary, after a couple of yards. But that one almost, the Livingston defender almost stepped in front of that one.
Yeah, number 1, Bryson Tucker almost stepped in front of it, and then Gibson sidestepped him, a nice little move to get away, and then just drove and ended up getting a yard out of that, Gary.
So we're having a little bit of technical difficulties. Check McCord there. And hopefully we're all right. As up will come Lefeview. He's got one man in the backfield now. Got 2 to the right, 1 left. Drops the football, picks it up, and he's going to be stopped right there, Gary. And just a bad snap, kind of a bad connection between the quarterback and the center.
Yeah, and that ball never really, he didn't come away with it cleanly. I'm not sure what happened. So, he picked it up, able to advance it for about a yard. So it'll be 4th and 6, and York going to line up the punt here.
And it'll be Castillon back to do the kicking. Gary, Castillon wasn't playing last week, and Stover came in, and he had some boomers last week.
He did. York's going to have to take time out.
Yeah, York got a man on late, so they'll take a timeout. We'll take one with them. With 5:29 to go in the first, it's still a scoreless ball game. York will punt when we return.
Hey y'all, it's Lexi here at Sweet Peach. I wanted to tell you guys about a few of the things we have in the shop. We have the most popular fragrance brand, Amber Oils, fully stocked year-round, and these make the perfect gifts. Another new brand we are so excited to finally be carrying is Hobo Bags. They have been so popular and will make the best Christmas gifts also. We carry some super cute, trendy masks to wear during this crazy time. Sweet Peach is so happy and excited to be cheering on the Dragons this season. We hope to see you in the shop soon. We are located directly behind the post office.
Back here where we're getting ready to punt. This time York's got all their players on the field now as Castillon back at about the 21. Gets a snap. Bolzoni gets the punt off, and that's going to be a line drive. We're going to hit right at the 40. Take a dragon hop, a real dragon hop at the end, and roll all the way down to about the 28-yard line, Gary. So a good punt by Castillon.
Yeah, got a great roll, Gary, and Miles Lefeview down there to actually get on that and cover it.
So we'll see what the Cats can do now with their second possession. Gary, they marched it down the field, just had a couple of drops, or they would have been in business in that last drive.
Yeah, they would have, Gary. And
still having a little bit of technical difficulties, I'm not sure. And, Gary, I'm not sure if we got you back on.
Hello.
There we go. Well, and now it'll be back in the shotgun goes Carpenter. Carpenter takes the snap, hands it off to the first man through. He'll get about a yard, maybe 2, before he's knocked down. And so we'll see what Livingston does with a second now, and looks like 6. And we're still having some technical difficulties with Gary's microphone. I'm not sure what the problem is. We'll check it here and see if we can figure it out. As we get set now for Carpenter back in the shotgun. Got a man going outside. This time Carpenter going to keep it. Carpenter's got a little bit of a hole. He he's going to get close to a first down, Gary, if he doesn't have it. And I'm not sure. Hopefully now you're working.
Yeah, he, he took off on the quarterback draw and got about 10 yards on that one, Gary, and a first down. So a nice run there by Caden Carpenter.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. Dragons need to stop here. Still scoreless ball game. We're 4:10 left to go here in quarter number 1.
That was a good play by Livingston. They, with them looking like they're going past the defense collapse, and they set the block on the linebacker and is able to open the hole.
And now they're going to roll a man out, and now it's going to be back to pass. They're going to put that one up in the air. That one's up for grabs, and that was almost picked off by Lefeview. Lefeview had a shot at it, Gary, but just couldn't come up with it. But that was good defense by the Dragons.
Yeah, that ball intended for Aiden Coffey. And one thing we see about Carpenter, he's got a hitch, Gary, and he just rears back and lets it go, and he did on that one. Miles Lefeview had it played pretty well, had it sized up, and was able to easily defend that.
I've never quite seen a quarterback before that threw sidearm.
Yeah, and that's the other part of it. Not only is he wind up, he throws sidearm too. It's not a traditional quarterback throw.
So Carpenter back makes you wonder because Kogel, normally their starting quarterback. But Carpenter taking all snaps there. They're going to pitch it out, and that's going nowhere. It's right there to meet him was Casanova to knock him down to the 30.
Yeah, Caleb Robinson nowhere to run, Gary, and Castellon was right there to, not drop him back for a huge loss here.
And really starting to pour the rain now as that was, I guess you could call that the Casanova kiss, folks, because he put him down quickly when he got the ball.
Good job by Nathaniel to break through the line there.
So now it's going to be 3rd and 18 for the Wildcats. Rain's starting to fall pretty good now as Carpenter back in the shotgun. And Carpenter takes the snap. He's looking now. He's going to take off. He's still on his feet, gets hit, and gets up to about the 37-yard line. And a good job there by the Dragons, number 61.
That's Caden Buck. Caught him from behind, Gary. A nice job by Caden because if he gets away from him, he had a block set up and an opportunity to run a little while longer.
Rain's starting to come down now, and the Livingston fans starting to scatter like this at a Johnny Depp movie. We got 2:37 left to go here in the quarter. And it'll be punted away, and that one's going to be a good punt. It will hit, and it takes a cat roll all the way down to the 22-yard line where the Dragons will have it 1st and 10.
Yeah, nice job by the Dragon defense to get the incomplete pass on 1st down, the big loss on 2nd down, and then, hold them to a minimal gain on 3rd down, cause the punt. So York going to take over at their own 22-yard line.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 now for the Dragons at their own 22. And very good defense by both teams early. We got 2:24 in a scoreless ball game in a pouring rain.
Yeah, we do, and points may be at a premium with the wind blowing the way it is, Gary, and it's coming a downpour right now. So
as Lefeu under center now, he's going to hand it to Gibson, the last man through, and Gibson going to get maybe a yard or 2 on that one, Gary.
Give him 1 over the right side. Just wasn't a hole there to run through, Gary. He leaned forward and got what he could.
And now we see coming in is Stover's coming in the ball game as out went Tompkins. Tompkins comes out as he moves back in now as Stover comes in. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. They'll pitch it out to Gibson. Gibson tries to cut inside, gets up to the 25, and Gary, good run by Gibson. Just some shifty moves, or he would have been dropped a loss.
Yeah, made a couple of guys miss and got a couple of yards out of that, Gary, and it'll be 3rd and 6 from the 25-yard line, and Gibson got a problem with a shoe over here, so it looks like he's got it fixed now, and he's back to the huddle.
We've seen Gibson make a difference last week, especially on the kickoff returns and stuff. He came in, did a good job, and it's good to see him back pretty much at full strength.
Yeah, it is. Running hard, trying to get positive yards. The early here, there hadn't been big holes to run through for York. So.
Now Lefeu looking to throw it out, throws it, and almost picked off as he dropped that one in the 38-yard line. Gary was going for Mitchell, and Mitchell that time was covered really well by Livingston.
Yeah, that was Jaden Lawrence on the coverage, and Mitchell covered up there. Lefeu tried to pump the ball to draw the defender to a stop, but it really didn't work. So they, lucky that one wasn't intercepted, and it's 4th down. York going to have to punt away here.
Castillon stepping back deep. Castillon had a good one the first time. We'll see if he can get one off this time. Snap back, fumble the ball. Now Castillon going to take it and run. Castillon still on his feet and gets up to about the 30-yard line. And, Gary, that's going to give Livingston the ball in great field position.
Yeah, he kind of panicked a little bit, Gary. He had a chance maybe to get that off. The rush wasn't coming up the middle. He instead took off and run with it and got 4 yards, but still about 3 yards short of the 1st down.
So that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats as the rain starts to get even heavier. And it's coming down out there now, folks. So it's like a Morton Salt commercial here at the moment as we're getting about a heavy downpour right now. And Livingston coming out with a 1st and 10 at the 42. with 42 seconds left to go, and the Cats got Carpenter back in the pistol, back in the shot. Well, actually, the shotgun now with number 22. That is, I've got 22 on my roster. I'll find him here in a minute. Now they're going to take it off up the middle. Goes the quarterback. He's still on the keeper. He breaks the tackle, breaks another tackle, gets all the way down. Did he get there? Touchdown Wildcats.
I don't believe he got in, Gary. He got a great call, but he was short of the goal line. The referee signaled touchdown, though. York missed 3 or 4 tackles on that one. They faked the, they had the run option, and they faked it to the back, and he turns it up the field, and York couldn't get him down before he got to the end zone.
So one play and a touchdown after the miscue on the special teams, and now York finds himself behind with just under 28 seconds left to go here in quarter number 1. And the rain keeps falling as they'll try the extra point. I'm not sure. Did you get the number on the kicker?
I have not, but I will get it.
He kicks it off and nowhere close. That looked like a soccer kick almost. He didn't get that one near high enough.
That was Mitchell Watson, number 27, that kicked that, and obviously it missed.
So it's going to be with 27.8 seconds to go here in the first quarter. It's 6-0 Wildcats.
And Coach Charles Vaughn, 17 years of coaching. He took his team to the state playoffs and led them in multiple district and bowl championships. His life modeled teamwork, integrity, and hard work. I'm Joey Vaughn, and this man not only was my dad, but he was my coach. I grew up learning these values, and they are a large part of what Meadowthrift Pharmacy is founded on. Come out and support our York football team.
Expecting maybe something, some trickery here with this heavy rain for this kickoff.
And maybe they are. And they only have 4 men up on the line of scrimmage if they are. So see what happens here as Livingston will play.
And they're going to kick it deep as that one's back to Gibson right at the 9-yard line. Gibson bobbles it, still trying to get a handle on it. Now he's got heads up field and gets back to Twin, but drops the football. And I think Livingston come up with it, Gary.
They did come up with it, Gary, and he never did get the handle on that. He bobbled the kickoff, turned it up the field, and looked like he's going to get by 3 or 4 Livingston players, Gary, and one of them knocked it loose, and Livingston able to fall on it. So Livingston going to have it at the 20-yard line of York.
With just under 13 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, Livingston has the ball again. And, Gary, you got to look for the run on this. And on a night like tonight, you're not going to throw the ball very well. I don't think even Livingston's going to try to pass much tonight.
No, this is going to turn into a short passing game too, Gary. They're not going to try anything down the field per se.
This time they'll hand it off to number 22 over the right side. He's got the corner. He's still on his feet. Drops the football, but out of bounds, and that's going to be about the 9-yard line. And, Gary, that's going to be a 1st and goal for the Cats.
Yeah, it is, and that'll be the end of the quarter, Gary.
End of 1. It's Livingston Academy 6 here at L.A. as they lead 6-0. End of 1.
Your days are filled with little happy moments like hiking a new trail.
Oh, yes. Nailed it.
Or when your best friend welcomes you home.
Hello, buddy.
Or that first sip of McCafe iced coffee from McDonald's.
So refreshing.
Get any size McCafe iced coffee for $1.69 or grab any size Mickey D's sweet tea for $1. Try a large in the new cup that keeps your tea cold longer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Claim compared to prior large size beverage cup.
The Gary Maxwell Insurance Office offering area insurance is located at 300 West Central Avenue in Jamestown. Get a free quote for your home, auto, life, or business with no obligation to buy. Call 879-1251. Shane Beatty, Katie Cooper, Tammy Robbins, and Brad Rains agents, along with Jeff Robbins, manager, will be happy to assist you. That's Gary Maxwell Insurance, located 300 West Central Avenue with locations in Livingston, Cookeville, and Gainsboro.
Gary, I think they're going to have one more play before we go to the end of the first quarter. So 2 seconds, and the official stops this in a downpour for 2 seconds.
Yeah, and both teams that went to the sidelines, it took them a long time to get there, Gary, and Now they're going to call them back out on the field to run. It'll be 1st and goal from the 5 for Livingston, and they'll run this one play, and we'll go to the end of the quarter once again.
Well, good for our sponsors, but not a great thing to do in a pouring down rain as quarterback back in the shotgun. Carpenter gets the snap, hands it off up the middle, and they'll cut back, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. As he didn't get in, that's going to be short.
Robinson on the carry, but he's inside the 1 yard line, Gary.
So now we are officially at the end of the first quarter, and it's 6-0 Livingston Academy. They're knocking on the door, folks. Livingston Academy. We've had some strange games when we come down here, folks. As back now goes Carpenter in the shotgun, hands it off, and that goes up the middle, and that one's going to be pushed back. He didn't get in. They're going to hold him up again. Gary, good job that time by the Dragons, number 35 on the play.
That's Eli Kirby, and a good job by him. Robinson on the carry again, but they can't get him in the end zone, Gary, and it's 4th down now.
4th and still goal for the Wildcats, and Gary, don't see them going for a field goal after as badly as they missed that extra point earlier.
No, I don't either, and they actually bring in another wide receiver and take a big lineman out here, so probably going to try to spread York out as far as they can, run something between the tackles, Gary.
I look for Carpenter to keep it here as they spread them out. Carpenter going to get the snap, going right up the middle, and nobody touched him. Wide open, he goes in the end zone, and the Cats are up 12-0 with 10:30 left to go here in the quarter.
Yeah, that was just a quarterback draw all the way, and they brought in 5 wides, Gary, and that takes 5 York players out of the line of scrimmage, and they opened up the hole, and Carpenter he walked into the end zone.
So now the Dragons, a couple of miscues, Gary, and that's something that's hurt the Dragons all year long is those miscues. They've had a couple of them so far, and it's cost them.
Yeah, they have. You got to hang on to the football, Gary, and York hadn't done that here in the early going.
And now they're going to take it, flip it back, and he's going to throw it up in the air. And York's going to get the interception on it. It's going to be no good, the 2-point conversion. So with 10:30 left to go in the first quarter, first half, it's 12-0 Livingston Academy.
Ventures Farmers Co-op, happy to be a proud sponsor of York Dragon football. We wish you a winning season. Every game is a success when you have played your best. Ventures Farmers Co-op bringing you quality products from feed, seed, and fertilize to automotive, to animal health and pet products, to gas, diesel, and propane, to clothing and boots for the family and a gift shop. All this and much more at Ventures Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, Jamestown. Go Dragons!
Well, Gary, now the Dragons find themselves in a deeper hole, and this hole is, with the rain coming down, well, it could be a pond here in a minute.
Yeah, it is really raining, and it rains harder every minute we go on, Gary, and it's coming down in buckets right now. So
hats off to the York fans. They've not left. Livingston's fans poured out here. They went down under the stadium to get out of the rain, but York fans sitting out there taking him.
Yeah, York fans hanging in there. Kudos to them. And, if you know it's going to rain, you're coming to football game, you can prepare for it and be ready. And York fans obviously done that tonight. So hats off to them.
Well, right now, Gary, of course, I was just looking at Livingston's field. It's in great shape. So the rain's not really going to affect the field that much, but it could affect your hanging on the football, as we've seen already with York.
Yeah, it can. You got to make sure you get both arms around it and hold on tight, Gary.
And here's the onside kick, and that's going to be taken by the up man for York. Good job that time by the Dragons to get right at the 50-yard line. As coming up with that one,
Connor Warden, one of the up men, and he come up and took the ball and took the contact, able to hang on, Gary, and York's going to have it at midfield.
So Livingston giving York great field position, and York, I guess that's returned the favor. York's given them great field position the last 2 drives.
Yeah, they have, and, especially this last drive on the fumble. But York going to have it here. Got to put a drive together, Gary. You're down 12-0.
I'm going to have to scoot this computer over just a little bit. We're getting some rain in this one little spot we've got open here. Now up will come the Dragons with a 3-man backfield, and Lefevue picks it up, and he's going to be dropped, Gary. He couldn't handle the snap. And that's what we talk about this rain. You know, that's going to be tough there, just getting the snap.
Yeah, it is, and he didn't pull away with it again. Actually picked it up and tried to roll out, couldn't get away, and number 51, Dexter Wright, takes him down, and that'll be a loss of 3.
So now Livingston Academy's got York at a 2nd and 13 for the first down, and York got to hang on that football. But you can't really blame anybody on this with rain coming down like we've got right now. As a snap, this time handed off Big Clark, and no, actually it's fumbled again. They handed off, was that to Cooper?
I think the handoff was fake to Clark, and they were going to try to hand it maybe to Cooper, but it hits the ground, and Livingston falls on it.
So Livingston gets another great turnover, Gary, and they've got it 1st and 10 inside Dragon territory.
Yeah, I didn't really see all the play that time, except I know the fake went to Clark, the up guy, and then the ball's laying on the ground, and Livingston falls on it on the York 46-yard line.
1st and 10 now for the Wildcats, and they're up 12-0. But they have got the ball again in Dragon territory as Carpenter comes up at the quarterback position. Got 2 to the right, 1 to the left. Takes the snap, hands it off to the back, and he'll get hit right there. He got maybe a yard at most.
Yeah, that was Robinson on the carry. Eli Kirby there to meet him in the hole, and that'll be no gain.
And wind's catching the door down there, and the door's throwing the cord open, and when it does that, it throws my window open. And right in front of the computer, so we got to get that short up here in the second half of this game. Going to be 2nd and 10. They say he got nothing on that one. So back will go Carpenter in the shotgun. Got Robinson to his right. Rain continues to pepper down. They're going to fake it to Robinson. He's going to keep it himself. Heads over the right side. Makes a couple nifty cuts. Gets all the way to the 37-yard line, Gary. He's going to be close to another first down.
Going to be about a yard short, Gary, and nice run. Good tackle by Caden Stover to keep him from getting even more.
So now it's going to be 3rd and about maybe 1.5, 2 yards at most, Gary. It's going to be a chance for Livingston to keep this drive alive.
Yeah, they need about a yard to get a first down here. So they're lined up, one back set again, 4 wide receivers.
Look for maybe a keeper again from the quarterback, Carpenter. He's had a good night running the football. Snap. They'll fake it. He'll keep it. He tries to bounce outside. Now cuts back inside. Going to get the first down as he gets up to the 31-yard line. And, Gary, they got him contained to the outside, but he bounced back, caught that hole in the inside, and he was getting that first down regardless.
Yeah, Zach Gibson was back there to meet him one-on-one, and Zach slips and falls, and that allows him to get the first down.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cats. Right at the 32-yard line of York. It'll be quarterback Carpenter in the pistol now. Got behind him Robinson. And the rain continues to really come down right now. Snap, they'll fake it. Now he's going to throw it out. Got a man out there. Can he come up with it? It's going to be almost picked off by the Dragons, Gary, and I think that was more of a situation where a couple of Livingston receivers ran into each other.
Yeah, a couple of guys got the route mixed up and run in. There were 2 Livingston players and 2 York defenders down there to try. Caden Stover, and I believe that was Miles Lephew. No, it may have been Jones, Brett Jones down there trying to make the play, and York able to knock that one away.
Rain continues to fall, folks. We've got 7:12 left to go in the first half. Just tuned in. It's a 12-0 Livingston score. York already with 2 turnovers and a bobble on a punt. Also gave the Cats the ball deep in Dragon territory. This time they'll hand it off right side to Robinson. He's trying to bounce outside. He's got that first down, and looked like Lephew was held over there, but I didn't see a flag anywhere.
Yeah, they sealed the corner and looked like they held the deck, Gary, but no call, and instead Robinson gets about 13 yards and a first down for Livingston.
It looked like whoever was blocking against Lephew over there was trying to do a do-si-do with him. He had him by the arm. not letting him go when he got extra yard. He's got enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 now for the Cats.
Yeah, they're going to mark that right at about the 20-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20.
And now up will come the Cats. It's Carpenter back in the shotgun. Carpenter gets the snap, fakes handoff. He's going to keep it, going to bounce out. This time he's wrapped up by the Dragons and dropped.
Good job there by Eli Kirby and Isaiah Strong to get him down. Got a flag down, Gary.
And we'll see what that's usually in the area of holding unless the Dragons got hold of a face mask again. Personal foul face mask.
Yeah, they got him for a personal foul face mask too, Gary, so that'll be half the distance. That should put it right at about the 10-yard line.
Should be enough for a first down.
Yeah, it should also be enough for a first down.
Maybe 1st and goal. As York, another miscue. And, Gary, that's been York's forte this year. They've had a lot of turnovers and a lot of miscues here, penalties, and here we got it again.
Yeah, that's their second face mask penalty of the night, Gary, already. We're not halfway through the second quarter yet.
Livingston knocking on the door. The rain slacked up a little bit. Still raining pretty good, but it's slacked up some now as back in the shotgun, or back in the pistol. This time we'll go Carpenter. Carpenter gets the snap, hands it off to Robinson. Robinson trying to bounce outside. Wrapped up and dropped. Good job by the Dragons on that one.
Yeah, nice job, Zach Gibson, to grab him by the ankles and wait for help to get him down. And that's going to be a loss of about 3, Gary. So make it 2nd and, I don't know, it's 2nd and goal. I didn't know if they could make a first down or not. They can't, so it's 2nd and goal from about the 12.
This is a big possession, Gary. York doesn't want to go down 3 scores.
No, they don't. Try to keep them out here and, just you want to get defense off the field. Feels like defense has been on the field the whole game, Gary.
So now back will go Carpenter. In the pistol, got one man behind him. Takes a snap, and I believe we got either a false start or something. No, Livingston going to take a timeout. Livingston saw the clock running out, so we'll take a timeout with them. 5:04 to go in the half. It's 12-0. L.A.
When it comes to watching sports, there's no telling what you'll hear.
No!
But when you order Pizza Hut for the game, you know exactly what you'll hear.
What the? Oh, that looks fantastic.
Your favorite pizza.
Ooh.
Those awesome wings.
What?
Plus sides and desserts.
Yeah.
All waiting at pizzahut.com. So order now, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Huh. What game?
Product availability, prices, participation, delivery areas, and charges and minimum purchase required for delivery may vary. Delivery charges not a driver tip.
The rain seems to be slacking up a bit, but right now the Dragons just need to stop here.
Yeah, they do. They're 2nd and 12. They're looking to, get a stop here and, more importantly, get off the field and without any more points being scored. But Livingston 2nd and goal from the 12.
So Livingston Academy a chance here to put up a 3-score lead as we've got Dragons able to stop them on that first play, and they can just hold up here and make them force them into a field goal, Gary. With this win, that's going to be hard to do.
Yeah, you won't see many field goal attempts tonight. It's the wind's still blowing decently, nothing like it was, but still blowing pretty hard, and field goals would be a premium tonight, Gary.
So back in the shotgun goes Carpenter. Takes a snap, fakes it to his man. He's going to throw one out there. Got a man cutting through, and he's going to be dropped right there at about the 9-yard line. Good D by the Dragons, Gary.
Yeah, Seth Helbig there to make the tackle, and a good job by Seth to recognize the route and be there when the ball got there.
So now that's going to make it now a 3rd and goal from about the 9-yard line. And Gary, this is where they seem to like to run that fake handoff and the quarterback keeper.
Yeah, they do. Quarterback give him a little bit of a run pass option maybe, and still.
Looks like a lot of rain coming our way.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the rain's going to quit anytime soon completely. So.
And now the snap, and there's the quarterback keeper, and he is dropped. Good job by the Dragons on the sack.
Ricky Clark, Zach Gibson, Connor Warden, all there, Gary, on that one. And good job by the York defense. And this is going to be a long 4th down here.
I don't know, Gary. If I seen Big Ricky Clark coming at me, I think I would just fall down and start crying.
He was the first one there, Gary, and made the initial contact on that one.
So it looks like they're going to try the field goal here, Gary.
Yeah, they are, and I believe this is number 27, Mitchell Watson, that's going to be on to attempt the field goal.
Watson looking for the field goal. Kick is up. The kick is good. A field goal by Livingston Academy, and with 3:27 to go here in quarter number 2, it's 15-0. LA.
Cool, crisp air, falling leaves, and shorter days. Fall is just around the corner, and that means 2 words here in Tennessee. No, not pumpkin spice. Football and hunting. Whether you're hitting the field or stepping into the woods, Hall Sports and Outdoors has everything you need to get ready for the season. Up your game with name brand clothing and equipment like Under Armour, Rocky, Columbia, and lots more.
No need to drive out of town for the best sports and outdoor gear. Order online or visit our store to see our amazing selection in downtown Jamestown. Follow Hall Sports and Outdoors on Facebook and Instagram for all the latest brands and sales. At Hall Sports and Outdoors, the outdoors are always open.
Right back here, Gary, where Livingston Academy gets the field goal. I didn't see how long was that field goal?
I didn't see exactly either, but I think it was 29 yards, Gary.
So now it's going to be Livingston Academy kicking off again. Last time they tried the onside kick, but the Dragons were ready for it. And this time they look like they're ready for it again, Gary. We'll see what Livingston does. They're going to kick this one on the ground. Be taken by the back man, Stover. Stover back up over the 30. Stover's got a hole, got one man to beat. The kicker's knocked down, and Stover's headed for pay dirt. He is gone for a touchdown, Dragons.
No flags on the play, Gary. Stover, that was one of those squib kicks. He picked it up cleanly, took off running, and saw a hole, and it's like he turned on the jets, and he was gone. They weren't going to catch him, so a great return by Caden Stover to take that to the house for the Dragons.
And here comes Michaela Reagan on to kick the extra point, Gary. You get this one, you're back within a 1-score game.
Yeah, you are. So, great return by the Dragons. Just a shot in the arm you feel like you need.
And they'll get the snap back. It's down. It's up. It is like a rock. Good as the Dragons cut into the lead. And with 3:10 to go in the half, it's 15-7. Livingston Academy.
The Gary Maxwell Insurance Office offering area insurance is located at 300 West Central Avenue in Jamestown. Get a free quote for your home, auto, life, or business with no obligation to buy. Call 879-1251. Shane Beatty, Katie Cooper, Tammy Robbins, and Brad Rains agents, along with Jeff Robbins, manager, will be happy to assist you. That's Gary Maxwell Insurance, located 300 West Central Avenue with locations in Livingston, Cookeville, and Gainsboro.
Well, the rain subsided, so I took back my deposit on that arc I'd made, but the rain's at least slowed down for a while here at Livingston Academy.
Yeah, I will say their field's in good shape, Gary. It's not showing any wear and tear, and that's quite a bit of rain that fell on it. So kudos to their field. Their stands and their concessions and other things could use some help, but the field's in great shape.
And, folks, we want to reemphasize, they were supposed to get a new field, but the county commission here in Overton County voted no on building a new stadium. So, and this much better than back in 2009 when the Mud Bowl was down here. We played in Livingston Academy. York and Livingston played in the Mud Bowl back in 2009. And this one's going to be kicked off. It's going to be up to the up man. That'll be taking about the 24 and bring it up number 7. He's got some run room trying to break outside. He's hit by Brett Jones and brought down the 46-yard line. Then Thaddeus Tolman come in to help, or not Thaddeus, but Marquise come in to wrap it up and finish it, Gary.
Yeah, that was the quarterback, Carpenter, the up man on the kick team that got that, and he brings it all the way up to the 42-yard line where Livingston will play and play.
We're going to have to check at halftime about Cowgill. I thought he was, or Kogel. They told me how to pronounce that and not to pronounce the other way, and I'm still pronouncing it the other way. So Kogel, I'm wondering why he's not come on at quarterback tonight. It's been Carpenter all the way. And the officials stop and play for a minute.
I think we're ready to go now, Gary.
Not sure what that stoppage was for, but it's Carpenter back in the pistol again. He's got deep. Yeah, it's going to be him on the keeper. He tries to bounce outside, does. Get some running room. He's going to be hit and brought down just before he gets the 50.
Eli Kirby catching him from behind, dragging him down, but not before he gets about 8 yards.
And your coaching staff up here, Gary, wanting a hold. I don't know. I didn't see a hold, but I was watching the ball.
Yeah, not many penalties tonight. A couple of face masks on York. Been about it, Gary.
So Caleb Robinson in the backfield with Carpenter. And now it's second and about 4 for the first down, looks like. As Carpenter back in the pistol, you got Robinson deep. Snap, they'll give it to Robinson. Robinson goes straight ahead and gets to just short of the 50 as he is wrapped up and dropped.
Yeah, good job by Caden Buck there. Grabbed him up high and was able to bring him down, a gain of about a half a yard.
So it's going to be third and about 2 from the 50, maybe to 2.5. We got $1.50 left to go here in the first half, Gary. York will get the football to start the second half as well.
Yeah, they will. The big thing here, it's 3rd and 2, Gary. You want to hold them here and make them have to make a decision about what they want to do late in the first half.
Down to 94 seconds left to go here in the first half.
They're not in a hurry, Gary. They're very deliberate here.
Now they're going to roll a man out, and this time they're going to drop back, look to throw. They got the ball out there. That's going to be picked off by the Dragons, as that one was read like a cheap novel, as stepping in front of it was Miles Lefew, and Miles gives the Dragons the ball back, Gary. First turnover for Livingston Academy.
They're throwing a flag. They called that incomplete, Gary. And the York bench said something, and now we're going to get a penalty, it looks like. We'll figure this out.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that one. That looked like an interception to me.
Well, he bobbled it, but it looked like he caught it cleanly,
he
Gary.
Had his arms under
he had his arms under it. They call it incomplete, and somebody over on the York bench said something, and not only that'll be a first down for Livingston now, all the way down to the York 35-yard line.
And, Gary, that's a big miscue by the Dragons. Another one of those big penalties we talked about this year.
Yeah, it is, and you gotta have better discipline than that, Gary. I know you're aggravated. Looks like you got the interception. You don't get the break, and but you gotta keep your composure over there.
I just can't believe that Miles didn't have the football because he had his arms under it. He caught it with his arms under it.
He bobbled the ball, but he clearly had his hands under it. I do believe, Gary. Clearly an interception.
Yeah, that one. Just a bad call on that one. And now the penalty on top of it keeps Livingston's drive alive with 1:18 left to go in the quarter. In the shotgun will go the Cats as they're looking to throw. Now he'll bounce off takeoff. Got plenty of running room. Tries to bounce outside. Looking for a block. And there's another good run. And Gary, that time I saw one block in the back for sure, but no call on that one either.
Well, yeah, it looked like Caden Buck was getting held. He was getting pressure on the quarterback, and the lineman held him. He actually pulled him backwards to keep his momentum from going forward. And obvious block in the back over there as Carpenter was trying to get some running room, or I guess that was Robinson, the back on the carry, trying to get some running room over there.
So Carpenter brings his squad up. There's 48 seconds left to go in the quarter. Takes the snap. He's rolling. He's being chased by Gibson. He gets rid of it just at the last moment, and I believe that's incomplete, Gary. I didn't see can't see from my angle if that was incomplete or not.
It was incomplete. That was Evan Tompkins that was chasing Carpenter, and actually right when he grabbed a hold of him, he released the ball. The receiver stepped out of bounds, tried to step back in, but it was incomplete.
So 38.9 or 38.5 seconds left to go here in the quarter. 15-0 Livingston Academy heading toward halftime. This one we'll have our halftime stats brought to you by Showtime Ford coming up in just a few minutes. I have a special guest coming up at halftime as well. We'll talk a little basketball with Philip Paul, and they got their basketball big tournament coming up in December. We'll talk about that. As right now it's 2nd and 10 for the Cats. They'll step back. They're looking to throw it out there. They got a man out there. That one's picked off again by the Dragons. And are they going to give it to us this time? That's what I'm wondering.
They are going to give it to them. They have to. That time, Caden Stover on the interception, Gary. That ball just thrown up. 2 York defenders there, and Stover able to come up with it, and York will get the football.
So this time York gets the interception, and no flags on it. So York will have it 1st and 10, but they're deep in their own territory. As we've got 31.4 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Yeah, see what York does here. I can't imagine they are going to do much unless they break one here.
And, of course, they need to hang on that football. No, they're going to kneel on it. They're going to take the knee. And, Gary, that looks like it's going to be the final play of the half unless Livingston calls the timeout.
Yeah, the clock ran down under 20 seconds. Looks like it is going to be the half, Gary.
As Livingston's not going to take a break, and York not going to take a break, so we're going to halftime. We're at half, and York trails Livingston Academy 15-7, but they'll have the football when we get back in the second half. Don't go away. We'll have the Showtime halftime stats coming up in just a few minutes.
I'm Leslie Ledbetter, a local lawyer with a strong background and years of experience in the medical legal fields. Social Security disability claims, auto accidents, essential documents like wills and powers of attorney, we can help. We also provide deed and title work and handle real estate closings, and we do uncontested divorces. We help lots of families after the loss of a loved one with sorting out estates and probate work. Amber is one of the most dedicated advocates for children and adults who need a voice all over our area, and she handles adoptions and conservatorships, and she often serves as a guardian for those in need. We respect and appreciate our clients, and we want to simplify the complex legal world for you today. Call us at 863-5997.
Like a great sports team needs a great captain to lead them, a county needs a great executive to move it forward, and Fentress County has it in Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy believes in this county and its endless possibilities. So for great sports and a great county, be like County Executive Jimmy Johnson and back Fentress County all the way.
This is Marvin Long, your Twin Lakes Business Solutions consultant. Twin Lakes, we have an award-winning broadband network providing superior solutions that allow local businesses to compete on a superior level. With speeds up to 1 gig, 1,000 megabits per second, you'll have capacity for cloud-based solutions, video conferencing, and IP phone systems, allowing your people to do what they do best. All speeds are synchronous, making the upload speed just as fast as the download speed. Give me a call today at 931-476-2151 to make sure your business is ready to handle the upcoming holiday season.
Back here at halftime, and I got a special guest with me here at the half. Philip Paul joined me, and Philip, basketball season will be here before we know it, and you guys got a great big tournament coming up in the middle of the year.
Yeah, we're of course excited about the. This will be our 5th year with the Sergeant York Christmas Invitational up at the high school, and we've got a really balanced bracket on both sides. We're really excited this year. Of course, both York teams in it this year. We've got Clark Range boys over on the boys' side this year. So just tickled to death to get them in it this year. Balanced bracket. We got teams, the Clay County teams are coming back. We got Chattanooga Brainerd boys and girls coming back. Perry County, traditionally Perry County, a really strong team, single A team out of Middle Tennessee back in the 90s. Perry County, they were the studs in boys basketball. They're bringing their teams up. Kings Academy, they've built up their girls program. They're bringing their girls up. Clarksville Academy girls, they've been in it for the past few years. They got a new coach. They wanted to come up. Johnson County boys and girls, all the way, from over just past Bristol. That Johnson County's all the way in the corner. Very last very last county right there in the state. They're going to be in it this year, boys and girls. Got Saudi Daisy boys, and we wrapped it up this week with Springfield boys out of Nashville, just out of north side of Nashville. So good teams in it, excited about it. I hope people get behind it, support it again this year. It's good for the community. Kids have a ball. Our parents get to stay home some for the holidays, and it just does a lot of good things for our community.
And it should be some good basketball. Several days of it in a row.
We are very, very picky and meticulous about who we let in, and we want even, good, balanced competition.
Cool, crisp air, falling leaves, and shorter days. Fall is just around the corner, and that means two words here in Tennessee. No, not pumpkin spice. Football and hunting. Whether you're hitting the field or stepping into the woods, Hall Sports and Outdoors has everything you need to get ready for the season. Up your game with name brand clothing and equipment like Under Armour, Rocky, Columbia, and lots more.
No need to drive out of town for the best sports and outdoor gear. Order online or visit our store to see our amazing selection in downtown Jamestown. Follow Hall Sports and Outdoors on Facebook and Instagram for all the latest brands and sales. At Hall Sports and Outdoors, the outdoors are always open.
And a little bit of technical difficulties there for that just for a second. Philip, we mentioned these teams. There's a lot of good teams in this, a lot of good basketball. But we want to switch gears a little bit and talk a little baseball as well.
Yeah, we're geared up and ready for baseball, too. Baseball and softball will be here before you know it. We've already got a SEC commitment on our side and the boys' side, and on softball, right now we've got girls getting scouted from OVC schools. I mean, it's unreal to see how the programs are elevating themselves, and it's unreal to see. We have in our baseball team, we have a roster of 23 players. Out of those 23 players in their respective classes, we have I think it is 13 of those players are ranked in the top 200 in their respective class. We have a freshman class that has 7 players. All 7 of those players are ranked the top 200 for freshmen in the state of Tennessee. That's outstanding to have that kind of talent coming in. And we've got college scouts everywhere from OVC to we've got people on the West Coast scouting some of our kids. So it's going to be good. We've got of course, our traditional. This will be our last year, in that AA district. But we're going to try to do some damage and see what we can do. Boy, things is looking really, really good as we transition into the new classification. But we still got that one more year. See what we can do in 7AA and the out of area trips that we planned. We're going to Knoxville. We're going to go down there and take on Gibbs for a night. We're going back to Chattanooga this year. We got games down there in Chattanooga against Chattanooga Central, and we're also taking on Chattanooga Notre Dame. And Adam, we kind of joshing around a little bit, and he's like, "Why'd you schedule Chattanooga Notre Dame?" He's like, "They got like 6 D1 prospects," and I looked at him and I grinned and I said, "Well, we got 8 D1 prospects now." So he said, "Yeah." He said, "It's time to move it on up." So our schedule is very challenging this year. So we are excited about it, and we're excited to see what we can do. We have got to get better in our district, and this is our last year to prove ourselves. And we plan to go in there and really do some business.
And you mentioned the change in district, too. The thing about it is this may be the last time we see teams like Upperman, doggone it, DeKalb County, some of those teams, Macon County. We may not see them anymore.
2 years ago, we got our first win in DeKalb County since 1991. So let me tell you something. Pitching depth from a school our size compared to a school that's got 1,000 kids in it, there's a big difference in that. And it's the same with softball. But we are really excited to see that level out. But at the same time, we can compete with anybody. Our district is wide open this year. We have the number one player in the district. We have the number one ranked junior in the state of Tennessee. So we're going to anchor around him. We've seen teams do it. We've seen Upperman do it a time or two. We've seen DeKalb County do it. Nick Smith, the sky's the limit for him. And so we're going to anchor around Nick, and we're excited with his commitment to Missouri. We've got kids that are coming in as freshmen that are already getting offers from schools, OVC schools, and some higher level D2 schools. So it's awesome to see what's happening with those programs. And I want to say this: I know he's probably listening tonight, but Coach Bruce Winningham got behind us in baseball and softball and turned us loose. And he has helped us rebuild those programs. And the girls are going to be as good as anybody, too. They're going to be right in the mix. So I'm so pleased to see what we have done in about a 5-year period. We have one of the nicest facilities in the state, and we continue to improve on that. And working next year, we're going to try to host about a 16-team tournament up there in between Kirby Johnson and our field. And we're going to continue to put York baseball and York softball on the map.
And let's just hope that by then COVID's over with. We don't have the stoppage like we had last year.
That's right. Last year was, of course, very disappointing not getting to play. Of course, we went undefeated, so we were undefeated. And I think that maybe the first time we ever had an undefeated baseball team, but we just played 2 games. But we're excited, and backing on up into the basketball. Of course, everything is so fluid, and, we had 2 Christmas tournaments get canceled this week. So, today I got bombarded with calls, people wanting in Christmas tournament and stuff, and the door's full, and we're going to have precautions and things that we do that are going to protect our fans, protect our schools, and protect our players. We'll have people come in. We're going to have somebody come in and spray benches, like in between games. It's going to be, we're taking it very serious what we're doing, and hopefully by then, though, we'll start seeing things get a little bit better is what we're hoping.
Well, Philip, we want to thank you for joining us. Looking forward to the Christmas tournament. Looking forward to baseball season. Looking forward to the second half of this football game. Maybe you can get back in this.
Hey, the rain stopped for just a little while. I found a good excuse to come up here and get in the drive for a minute. But hey, York's right with them. Hey, let's go beat Hogeye.
That's true. Hey, thanks again, Philip, and we appreciate you joining us. That was Philip Hall from Hall's Family Pharmacy and Hall Sports and Outdoors. They'll be hosting that big Christmas tournament coming up in basketball, and he's a member of the York baseball coaching staff. So that's good to talk to him here at halftime. It's time now for the Showtime Ford halftime stats. Folks, if you need a car, you need a Ford. If you need a Ford, you got to go to Showtime Ford. It's that simple. Be back with stats after this.
Hi folks, Bruce Babb, Showtime Ford. We have a great selection of pre-owned SUVs, Ford EcoSport, Explorers, Expeditions, not to mention 2017 Escapes, factory warranty, 0 down, your choice, $299. New 2020 EcoSport, 0 down, $299 a month. We service all makes and models. Cold weather is coming, ask about our battery inspection. Call us at 1-877-NEW-FORD. Visit us online, ShowtimeFord.com. Come see us at 1226 Knoxville Highway, Watford, Tennessee. It's go time at Showtime.
gremlins out here. We're having a lot of problems.
Yeah, and it's raining, and Livingston's wearing these uniforms that have a number about the same color as the jersey. Really hard to see, and it's just complicated to see. You know, fortunately, they're using one quarterback, one back, and they hadn't thrown the ball a whole lot, so been a little easier for us to keep track of, but still, you know, it's hard to track them down.
This rain's causing a lot of problems, Gary, as well, just for the fact of turnovers and miscues.
Yeah, York's got 2 or 3 turnovers in that first half and fumbled at least 2 other times and recovered it, Gary. And, you know, got to take care of the football. They get the they get the ball to start the second half. You got to take care of it and get a drive together offensively. You know, York's touchdown come on a kickoff return by Caden Stover. So York hasn't produced a whole lot of offense in the first half.
So we'll see what York can do. They'll get the ball to start the second half here. Our halftime being brought to you by the good folks at Showtime Ford. Folks, if you need a car, you need a Ford. If you need a Ford, you need to go to Showtime Ford in Wartburg. They have the best deals around. We're going to take a timeout now, and then we'll be back in a few minutes for the second half.
Going green is good for your energy bill and good for the environment, but making the right choices can be confusing. So let the experts at Condition Heating and Cooling help you find the right solution for your home. We can show you a full lineup of York heating and air conditioning units, from their LX series all the way up to their Affinity series. You're sure to find the right fit for both your needs and your budget. Call Condition Heating and Cooling today to schedule a full inspection on your system and let us show you specific ways you can save energy dollars in your home.
Ventures Farmers Co-op, happy to be a proud sponsor of York Dragon football. We wish you a winning season. Every game is a success when you have played your best. Ventures Farmers Co-op, bringing you quality products from feed, seed, and fertilizer, to automotive, to animal health and pet products, to gas, diesel, and propane, to clothing and boots for the family and a gift shop. All this and much more at Ventures Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, Jamestown. Go Dragons!
Whether you're competing on the athletic field or working hard in the classroom, remember you have the support of First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. We're behind you 100% of the way. Good luck to all the area teams. Play tough and play fair. And remember, when it comes to helping you with your banking needs, we're First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And now over and over, it's First Volunteer for you.
As teachers, students, and parents prepare to go back to school, we know things look a little different this year. While there is uncertainty, there is also hope for a safe and fun new year with new learning opportunities. At Hall Family Pharmacy, we want to help you get back to school safely. We've stocked masks, hand sanitizer, and fun new hand sanitizer bracelets so your student can focus on learning while you have peace of mind. We also offer Vitamin Club and back-to-school vaccinations to get your student up to date without driving out of town. Teachers, we recognize the efforts you are putting forth to make this school year as normal and fun as possible for your students. Our prayers are with you all, and we are behind you all the way. Don't drive out of town to prepare for back to school. Hall Family Pharmacy and Hall Sports and Outdoors has everything you need to get back to the classroom and locker room.
Windows down or AC on? Either way, there's no better way to beat the heat than with ice-cold favorites from McDonald's. Now get any size Minute Maid slushie for $2 in sweet flavors, fruit punch, blue raspberry, or new pink lemonade. Or get a refreshingly bold McCafe iced coffee, any size for $1.69. To beat the heat, there's nothing sweeter than an icy treat. It's not just a drink, it's a McDonald's drink. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Minute Maid is a registered trademark of the Coca-Cola Company.
Like a great sports team needs a great captain to lead them, a county needs a great executive to move it forward, and Fentress County has it in Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy believes in this county and its endless possibilities. So for great sports and a great county, be like County Executive Jimmy Johnson and back Fentress County all the way.
The Gary Maxwell Insurance Office offering area insurance is located at 300 West Central Avenue in Jamestown. Get a free quote for your home, auto, life, or business with no obligation to buy. Call 879-1251. Shane Beatty, Katie Cooper, Tammy Robbins, and Brad Rains agents, along with Jeff Robbins, manager, will be happy to assist you. That's Gary Maxwell Insurance, located 300 West Central Avenue, with locations in Livingston, Cookeville, and Gainsboro.
In Coach Charles Vaughn's 17 years of coaching, he took his team to the state playoffs and led them in multiple district and bowl championships. His life modeled teamwork, integrity, and hard work. I'm Joy Vaughn, and this man not only was my dad, but he was my coach. I grew up learning these values, and they are a large part of what Meta-Thrift Pharmacy is founded on. Come out and support our York football team.
And back here, Gary. Hopefully we're still on Facebook. We're having some technical difficulties with our Comrex unit. Something not working there, but hopefully Lydia will let me know if I'm back on as far as she's getting any audio or not.
Yeah. While you're checking that, let me catch you up. York took the second half kickoff, got a first down. They fumbled twice, recovered both of them, ended up having to punt after the one first down. Livingston's got it and got 7 yards on first down. It'll be 2nd and 3 from their own 40-yard line. Play going to be stopped here in a timeout, Livingston. So Livingston going to take timeout, and 8:52 to go in the third quarter. It is Livingston 15, York 7, and Livingston taking a timeout here to regroup. Coach Lamb didn't really like the set they were in, I guess, so he's quick to call the timeout. So so it'll be 2nd and 3 from the 40 when we get back going. Having some technical difficulties with the rain and the bad weather. Had a couple of things that are not working right, so we're looking to try to get those fixed. Get the Facebook Live feed back in good working order, as well as sound to the video as you see it. We'll see it on Sunday. So we're back at action here. So we're back at action here, and Livingston going to run it on 2nd down. Got about a yard, and it'll be 3rd down and about 2 from the 41-yard line. Gary stepped away for a minute to try to, correct a couple of technical difficulties here. So I'll take you through here for a couple of plays. Livingston got the ball, 3rd down 2 from the 41-yard line. Clock running, 8:20 to go in the third quarter. It's Livingston 15, York 7. Livingston will come up. They got 2 receivers wide right, 1 to the left. The quarterback Carpenter and the running back Robinson in the backfield. Handoff going to be to Robinson, and he's going to get nothing. York, good pursuit on that. Connor Warden there first. Isaiah Strong, along with Eli Kirby and a couple of others. Good job by that York defensive line to hold them. Loss of 1 back to the 40, and it'll be 4th down. York will kick it away here. York got Caden Stover back deep. Livingston going to line up, punt this away, and the rain starting to pour down again. It's picked up in intensity here pretty quickly. Punt is shanked off to the side. Not a good punt. Going to be down by Livingston about the 38-yard line. So York going to take over in good field position at their own 38-yard line. That kick goes for 20 yards, and York's offense going to come out on the field here. Take over at the 38-yard line. The rain really picking up here, really starting to pour down again, and you know, it's been slick handling the ball all night long. York fumbled it twice on their last possession, recovered both of them. So York will bring it up. It'll be Lefevue under center, 3 backs in the backfield. It's Cooper over the left side, and Cooper going to get about 3 yards on first down. So a good 3-yard run on first down to get out to the 41-yard line. York lined up with Clark, Cooper, and Zip Gibson. Actually, it's Caden Stover in the backfield. And 3-back backfield, and they hand it to Cooper over the left side for about 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7 from the 41. Lefevue brings them up, same formation, and the handoff going to go to Gibson this time, and Livingston reads that well. Trips him up in the backfield, and that'll be a loss of about 3. So going to be 3rd down and 10 from the original line of scrimmage, which is about the 38-yard line.
Okay.
So,
all right.
York's got it, 3rd and 10 here. The rain pouring down. York looking to try to get a score to get back in the ball game, Gary.
Yeah, and back here, Gary, I apologize for that, folks. I was working on the equipment, but right now, Gary, Lefevue going to be the keeper on that one, and he's not going to get much, and that's going to be a punt situation for the Dragons again.
Yeah, it is. A gain of a couple off the right side, and it'll be 4th down and 8 from the 40, and Cassian going to come in to punt this ball away.
So we've got 5:45 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Another heavy downpour, and we apologize, folks. I'm getting only my audio on this as I'm using a cell phone on that, but we'll take and keep you abreast of what we can here. Having a lot of technical difficulties as waiting now for the snap back to Castellon. He's got it, and we got a flag on the play before Castellon gets the boot off, and that one's going to hit, and that one's going to roll. That's going to take a great roll. Have to see what the penalty is, though. That's going to be, if that's offsides against the Cats, then maybe the Dragons will get a break here. And, Gary, that was a pretty good pump from Castellon.
Yeah, it was a big high hanger, and they didn't have anybody back, Gary, and allowed the ball to roll dead at the 15. There are a couple of referees over here talking this one over.
So we'll see what they do here. They're talking it over, and if it's York, then that's going to get away what was a beautiful punt.
Yeah, it is, and it looks like we're coming back, so York probably going to have to kick this away from 5 yards deeper.
And that was offsides against the Wildcats, Gary, and that'll move it up 5 yards, and now York's backed up here. Do you think York's going to go for it on 4th and probably be about 3?
Coach Johnson got a decision to make here. It's 4th and 3 if you go for it, or you got them at the 15-yard line, and they're bringing the ball back, Gary. It looks like they're going to take the penalty and do this again, maybe go for it on 4th down.
Gary, something that Livingston didn't do in that the last thing, they did not have anybody back to return that ball, and it rolled, and that was a pretty good punt.
It was a good punt, and they were playing the fake, and York kicks it away and got a good kick out of Castellon.
And so now it's going to be fourth, and it'll be, I think, about 3, and maybe it looks like the offense is coming back out.
Yeah, they are. They took the penalty and going to make it 4th down and 3, and York, it looks like they've got the offense back on the field.
So the Dragons going to go for it here on 4th and about 4 from their own 45-yard line. Risky play here, Gary.
It is a big play, big point in the ball game, Gary. 5:11 to go here in the third quarter. York got to convert this one.
And I think Livingston's going to take a timeout. So Livingston takes a timeout. We'll take one with them with 5:07 left to go here in quarter number 3. It's 15-7, Livingston Academy.
I'm Leslie Ledbetter, a local lawyer with a strong background and years of experience in the medical legal fields. Social Security disability claims, auto accidents, essential documents like wills and powers of attorney, we can help. We also provide deed and title work and handle real estate closings, and we do uncontested divorces. We help lots of families after the loss of a loved one with sorting out estates and probate work. Amber is one of the most dedicated advocates for children and adults who need a voice all over our area, and she handles adoptions and conservatorships, and she often serves as a guardian for those in need. We respect and appreciate our clients, and we want to simplify the complex legal world for you today. Call us at 863-5997.
So the Dragons, Gary, got it 4th and about 4, and kind of puzzled on this call. Looks like they're going to go for it now as they've got a little bit closer.
Yeah, they're at the 45, their own 45-yard line, Gary, and they are lined up in the power backfield to go for it.
And they give it to Big Ricky, and he's going to run right into a line, and Gary, he's not going to get there. Maybe got one, so now Livingston, instead of having it at their own 15, is going to have it at York's 48.
Yeah, they are. They tried the power run with Ricky Clark, and Livingston ready for that, Gary. They brought all the heat to the middle of the line and was able to stand him up. Only a gain of about 1.5 yards. York needed 3.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 for Livingston Academy. 4:59 to go here in the third quarter. That could be a big play, Gary.
It can be a big play, a huge play in this game. And, we're in a one-score game, and York got to hold them on defense again here.
So here come the Dragons on defense again as Livingston Academy will come up. It's Carpenter in the pistol, and behind him is Robinson. Now Robinson comes up beside him. 2 out to the right. Rain's still falling, not as hard as it was a moment ago, but it's falling again here at Livingston Academy. Continued to rain throughout most of the ball game. Snap, they're going to hand it off. No, it's going to be a keeper by the quarterback, and he'll go straight ahead, and he gets about a nickel on that one, Gary.
Yeah, good job by Evan Tompkins. Come in there and wrap him up, but not before he gets about 5 yards on the carry. And, they're dangerous in that set. They got a good running back. They fake the run, and he just looks for a hole between the tackles to run through, and he runs through that one for officially 4 yards.
So it's going to be 2nd and 6 from about the 42-yard line of York. York trying to bow up again and hold the Wildcats. They'll take the snap back to the quarterback. This time he'll hand off to 22. He gets away from the first tackle, still on his feet, and he's going to get up close. And, Gary, I think he's got enough for a first down.
Actually, I think they're going to mark him about 1 yard short, Gary. Evan Tompkins beating on the ground. He had him in the backfield for a 3 or 4 yard loss, and he slipped away from him and instead gets about 5. So it'll be 3rd down and 1.
And, of course, with this rain falling down, the ball's not the only thing getting slick out there.
No, it's not. It's really wet, Gary. It's rained quite a bit here, and, it's hard to hang on to the ball handler. You got to wrap him up and get a hold of him.
So it's going to be 3rd and just about 1/2 yard for the first down for Livingston Academy. With 3:37 left to go, it'll be the quarterback, Carpenter. He bobbles the ball, and that's going to give York a chance to come up and seal him off, Gary. That's going to bring up a 4th down decision for Coach Bruce Lamb.
It is, and he bobbled the ball. He got a hold of it and actually dove forward. York trying to hold him back, but they didn't. They really didn't lose anything on that, and it's going to be 4th and 1.
So the Livingston Academy Wildcats going for it on 4th down here. 4th and 1, 3:06 left to go here in the third quarter. 15-7. York trailing Livingston. Need a stop here, Gary. York doesn't need to get any farther behind.
No, they don't. And a big 4th down here. York needs the ball back, get a turnover on downs.
And so up will come the Wildcats. They got a man in motion as it's going to be the quarterback on the keeper, and I think York stopped him.
He's short. I'm positive he's short. The guy coming over from the opposite side of the field marked him clearly short.
And that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Dragons if they held on there. I think they did. They said it looked like he may have lost a yard.
It's York's football.
So the Dragons got a 1st and 10. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. York trying to get back in this ball game. Gary, we're a score and a 2-point conversion from tying this one up. We're starting to get some lightning out here.
The Lightning's a lot closer this time too, Gary. But that was a great stand by the York defense. They clogged the hole. He looked like he had a running lane. They clogged it, stood him up, and held him short. So York with a big turnover on downs.
And they're going to stop the game. They're going to send the players in. So we're going to take a timeout, and we're going to have a timeout until they get the game back underway. So we got a stoppage of play with 2:30 left to go here in the third quarter. The York Dragons trailing 15-7. They'll have the ball when we come back. And right back here at Livingston Academy, we're getting set for the game to get back underway. We had quite a bit of a rain and lightning delay, so we're waiting on that. And we're getting ready. York will have the football when we get back to action. And having just a little bit of technical difficulties as far as the radio-wise, but hopefully this will be a video. The video is still working. And we're going to keep going here as it's going to be York with the football. They'll hand it off to Big Ricky Clark. He goes over the right side, bangs head for about 3. And it's going to be, and it will be going to be 2nd and about 8 on the carry. He got a couple on that one. They're going to say 2nd and 9. So, Gary, this York's in a good spot here. They got the ball back, but still raining hard.
Still raining hard, Gary. You know, the rain's coming and going in bands, so it's going right now, though. The rain's not too heavy, but York's up here 2nd and 9 from the 38.
And York dropped the football, but recovered it, Gary.
Yeah, Lefevue trying to make the handoff, dropped the football. York falls on it, their 3rd fumble of the second half, but they have recovered all 3 of them, and it'll be 3rd and 9 from the 38-yard line.
So York almost turned the ball over again. They dropped the football, but able to fall back on it. So now it's 3rd and long, Gary, and York just having trouble hanging on the ball in this rain.
They are. The ball's getting loose on them. You got to grab that with both hands and hold it tight, Gary.
So now up will come the Dragons as Lefevue under center, and he bobbles it again. And he's going to go straight ahead, but not enough for the first down. Still on his feet, gets up to about the 40, but Gary.
Actually, that was Ben Cooper on the carry there. He ended up with the football, carried it around the left end, and got a couple of yards out of that.
Good job by Lefevue to hang on the ball on that one as he was able to hang on to it and hand it off to Cooper. Gary, he bobbled that snap as well.
Yeah, he did, and this makes it 4th down now, Gary, and York going to have to punt this away.
So back to kick it away will be Castillon. Castillon gets a good one on this one. It's going to be a fair catch at the 20. It's dropped, and he'll fall back on it, though, as that one, a good job there, Gary. I believe that's the quarterback on the catch on that one.
I was trying to get the number. I believe that was the quarterback trying to make the fair catch, and he hit him in the hands and bobbled away, but he was able to fall on it.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cats as they've got it at their own. Looks like about the 19-yard line, Gary.
19-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 as they put in play. Almost done with the third quarter here, Gary. 19.4 seconds to go. York got them back in their own territory. Got to hold them here.
York getting ready to kick the ball or get the go on defense as they just kicked the ball away. We got 19.4 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Headed toward the final frame here in just a moment. As the Wildcats back in the shotgun now is Carpenter. Carpenter gets the snap, hands it off to the back. Robinson through the first wave, still on his feet. He's going to push his all the way up for a first down, Gary, and about 12 yards.
Yeah, good strong run off the right side by Robinson, and they had good blocking, had the corner where he could get it, a gain of about 11 out to the 30-yard line.
And so now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cats at their own 30-yard line. The Dragons see about 10 seconds left to go here in the third quarter, almost through 3 of them. And we will get a snap here in just a moment. And this probably will be the last play of the third quarter. We're down to 10.3 seconds here in the third. As back in the shotgun will be the quarterback Carpenter. Carpenter's got Robinson in the backfield. Takes the snap, hands off to Robinson, and Robinson up the middle. Gets about 3, Gary, before he's brought down. That's going to be the end of the third.
It is going to be the end of the third quarter, and, York able to stop them there. It'll be 2nd down as we start the fourth quarter.
Final frame of this one on the way. Coming up, it's 15-7, Livingston.
When it comes to watching sports, there's no telling what you'll hear.
No!
But when you order Pizza Hut for the game, you know exactly what you'll hear.
What the? Oh, that looks fantastic.
Your favorite pizza.
Ooh.
Those awesome wings.
What?
Plus sides and desserts.
Yeah.
All waiting at pizzahut.com. So order now, because no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Huh. What game?
Product availability, prices, participation, delivery areas, and charges and minimum purchase required for delivery may vary. Delivery charges not a driver tip.
Back here where York's getting ready to go back on defense, Gary. York needs a stop here. They're still in this ball game. It's only a one-possession game.
It is a one-possession game, Gary, and, started out a little rough, but York's defense has really stood up since then. Weather may play a little bit with that, but York's been aggressive on defense, and Livingston hadn't got a whole lot of yardage.
So back in the shotgun now goes the quarterback. He'll hand it off, and nice move by Robinson. Made a nice spin move. Got away for a second, but then was hit.
Yeah, he was. Looked like they may have had him for a loss. Made a little spin move. Got a yard or 2 out of that, Gary, and actually probably going to give him about 3 yards. So it'll be 3rd down and 3.
Looks like 3rd and 6 they're saying officially. So it's 3rd down and 6 for the Cats as they'll come up. It's a big play here for York.
It is a big play. You want to hold them, make them punt the ball. Their punter hadn't been real effective all night. They may set York up for a return.
So now back goes the quarterback Carpenter in the shotgun, and York's going to, I think that time York's going to be drawn off. It looked like the left guard over here moved quick.
Yeah, it's going to be false start, Livingston. So back them up 5 yards. It'll be 3rd down and 11.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember, is that the first penalty of the night on Livingston?
I believe it is. Real quick here, I'll tell you. They've had 2 penalties for 10 yards before that one, so 3 for 15. York has had 3 for 34, so not a whole lot of penalties tonight. A couple of costly ones for York, though.
And now back in the shotgun goes Carpenter. York's going to get a big rush. Carpenter going to take. You got to get a hold over here on this left side as Gary, the right tackle just actually tackled number 52 for the Dragons.
Yeah, Connor Warden had a good rush, and he tackled him. They have done that all night long. That's the first time they're going to be called for it, and that'll be a 10-yard penalty if York may decline this, not accept it, make it 4th and long, make Livingston punt it.
So Livingston, it's going to be a decision for them. I don't know. They're not backing it up, so I think maybe York's going to just take the play.
They should. He got maybe a yard, maybe two out of that. So it's going to be 4th and long yardage.
Be 4th and about 11 from where they've got it marked right now. So we'll see. And see what York decides to do here. It's going to be a hold against Livingston Academy, and they're going to take the penalty.
Are going to take the penalty and back them up. It'll be 3rd down and very long here, but you give Livingston another 3rd down opportunity.
So Livingston going to come up with that 3rd down opportunity, Gary. This could be a big call.
It will be a big call. I was trying to look to see where they're going to spot the ball at. Looks like it'll be the 17-yard line, and they've got to get all the way out to the 40, so it is 3rd and 23.
And here come the Wildcats up with 3rd and 23 as the quarterback gets back in the shotgun. It's Carpenter waiting on the snap. Carpenter dropped the football. He had fall on it, and that's going to bring up a 4th down, Gary. And now the decision looks to be really smart.
Yeah, it works out for York, but they lose 2 or 3 more on that one. It'll be 4th and very long.
And they're going to have to punt this from deep. They'll be punting this from about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, that ball looks like it will be down about the 15-yard line, so it'll be – you back the punter up. He's going to punt from inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he's all the way down to the 1 now as Stover's out here about the 45-yard line. Their punter's not bomb big ones now. Stover's already had 1 return for tonight. As the snap is high, he'll get the kick off, and that is a wobbly kick, and that's going to hit, and it's going to drop at about the 38-yard line, and Livingston saying they got it, but I don't think that touched Lefevue.
I don't think it did either, and that should be York football. York got out of the way. Yeah, and they're signaling York football.
And also, Gary, on that one, he touched that one about 3 yards farther up the field originally.
Yeah, they should have that inside the 40-yard line, and they are getting a break on the spot here.
So now it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Dragons, and we've got 9:35 left to play in this one. It's 15-7, and Gary, it's a golden opportunity for York.
It is. York's got to line up here and make the blocks. The running backs got to run as hard as they have all night. The exchange has got to be clean, Gary, and they got to get this in the end zone.
And now Lefevue, a little bit of a miscue on the handle on it, and Gary, York's just having trouble with that center quarterback exchange.
Lefevue's not getting the ball cleanly from the center, and there was another one that was bobbled. Handoff by the time he got it to Cooper. Cooper didn't have anywhere to run, Gary, and he loses about half a yard.
So now it's going to make it 2nd and long for the Dragons as we've got under 9 minutes when this next play gets underway. Left to go in the ball game. York trailing by 8. As York will come up. Lefevue going to go under center. And Livingston almost jumped. And now another fumble, and York able to cover it up. Gibson able to fall on it.
Yeah, Gary, York's got to get the football snapped here and got to get it snapped cleanly. You know it's wet. You know it's slick. You got to take care of the football here. You got to be able to execute. You got a huge 3rd down here, and York not a long yardage team on the season. But, generally you put in a couple of plays here, so maybe it's time for one of those plays.
So here come the Dragons with a 3rd down and about 14 for the 1st down. They'll take the snap, pitch it out to Gibson, right side. Gibson going to cut back inside. Gibson still on his feet, rumbling, stumbling, all the way down to about the 30-yard line, Gary. He's going to be real close.
He's going to be probably inside of a yard, Gary. I think it'll be 4th down. It'll be 4th and about a yard or a yard and a half, and York's going to line up and go for this.
York going to go for it, and really, Gary, that's a good call because you're not really going to get much out of a punt here.
No, you really don't have anything to gain, and the officials have stopped the play here. York lined up to go quick, and they've stopped it.
I'm not sure if one of the officials, I think, maybe wanted to check the. What's the referee do? the chain and bring it out and measure it. I'm not sure what the holdup is here.
And it's the side judge on our side of the field that's holding it up, talking to the referee, and they are they're looking at things, and I think they're going to signal it ready for play now. But York going to go quick, and they allowed Livingston to get set.
So now it's going to be 4th and about a half a yard. They'll hand off up to the front man, and he'll get the first down, Gary, and more.
Eli Kirby on the carry, and he carries it inside the 30-yard line. Good tough running by the Dragons to get a first down.
That's a condition heating and cooling. Dragon first down as York gets the first down. And, Gary, that keeps his drive alive, and York's knocking on the door and maybe tying this one up.
Yeah, they are the best. The best field position they've had all night. The best drive they've had. They've only had 23 yards before we came back from the lightning delay, Gary. So, a couple of first downs here. Got to keep it going.
Yeah, folks, you just tuned in. We had quite a lightning delay that lasted a while, and now it's going to be dropped. And York fumbles it. Gibson couldn't handle the pitch, Gary, and Livingston falls on it.
Yeah, that was a good pitch. It hit Zach right in the hands. He just, he turned his head up the field to look to where he was running to gather the ball in, and he drops it, and Livingston player right there to fall on it. So turnover York, and they're going to have to come out on defense and make some plays now, Gary.
And we got a flag on the play, Gary, after that was over. Livingston, a sideline infraction as the Livingston coach is coming out on the field. And that's something that you're going to call a lot for at Green Hill, but Green Hill didn't get called for it once. I'm just going back to say.
Well, that's a warning, so there's not going to be any yardage marked off here, but York's bench has got an unsportsmanlike conduct tonight too. So both benches, this is a big ball game for both teams, Gary. And York right now got to stand up on defense.
Yeah, we mentioned Livingston coming off that 2-game losing streak. This one's big for them. And now here comes one player on late. And Livingston's going to have to take a timeout. Timeout on the field with 6:59 left to go. It's Livingston 15, York 7.
Quality workmanship and exceptional customer service have defined Southeastern Drywall and Construction of Jamestown. From custom-built homes, residential construction, remodeling to commercial construction, Southeastern Drywall and Construction is dedicated to providing the best quality at reasonable prices. We're also looking for good carpenters. Call Southeastern Drywall and Construction at 931-267-5435. A proud supporter of sports and education in our area.
Just turns it over. And Gary, now the clock becoming York's biggest opponent, and we got heavy rain again.
Yeah, the rain's picking up. 6:59 to go. Livingston going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 34-yard line, Gary.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Wildcats as Carpenter back in the shotgun. Carpenter waiting on the snap. Gets the snap, hands it off to Robinson. Robinson trying to bounce outside. York trying to push him outside, and York's got him. They're going to wrestle him down at the 31-yard line, and that'll be a good job by the Dragons' defense.
Yeah, good pursuit by York defense. Seth Helby playing the wide side linebacker there had a blocker between him and Robinson and was able to hold him up till help got there. Helby grabbed him, the help came, and they stopped him for about a 3-yard loss.
So now it's going to be 2nd and long for the Wildcats, 2nd and about 13 with 6:26 left to go. York really needs a hold on this possession.
They do, Gary. Need a big stop here. Got a good one. Got a good stop on 1st down. Need another one here.
So here come the Dragons. They've got, or the Cats. It's going to be Carpenter back in the shotgun. Carpenter takes the snap, hands it off, has getting a good run. Robertson again, and Robinson going to get up over the 40, Gary. He got a big chunk of that back.
He did a good run. The hole opened up. York missed a tackle, and he slides up through the line into the linebackers for a gain of about 10 yards. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 3 yards to go.
And York now with a 3rd down and about 4, and Livingston will bring their squad back up. As we saw one of York's players getting up a little bit slow, number 36. As they get set, they'll take the snap. They'll hand it off to Robinson again, and Robinson not going to get the first down, Gary. He dropped the football. Did York come up with it?
They did not. He covered it, but it is going to be 4th down. They're marking him about almost 2 yards short, Gary. So it'll be a big 4th down for Livingston Academy here. Do you go for it on your own 43-yard line?
I can't imagine going for it. We're up by 8 with 4:55 and a heavy downpour. I see them sending their kicker in.
Yeah, it looks like they're lining up to go for it. They may try to draw York offside here, but York has not done a whole lot offensively tonight. I think you kick this ball and play defense if you're Livingston, but York stops them here. It's a huge break for York.
So here comes the Cats as back in the shotgun, and now we're going to have a timeout call. I think you're exactly right, Gary. I think they were just trying to draw them off sides.
Yeah, they were, and Coach Lamb quick to call a timeout. So we'll have timeout, and when we come back, it'll be 4th and 2.
This is Emily Gibson, your local Twin Lakes security consultant. Kids are headed back to school now, and more than ever, your internet needs to keep up with all the new changes this year has to offer. Twin Lakes Gigabit Internet is fast, reliable, and ready to handle the busy school year. With several packages to choose from, we can help you find the perfect speed for your family. Call or stop by one of our 7 local offices to see what Twin Lakes can do for you today.
Gary, we get ready to get back underway. The rain's a pouring now again, and we've got a 4th and about 2. You mentioned a very critical stat in that at the end of the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, York only with 25 total yards in the ball game, and they got close to 20 on that last drive before they fumbled, Gary, and a little momentum there. You got to hold them here, get the football back, and sustain that momentum again. Get a drive going this last 4 minutes and a half, get the ball in the end zone.
York could really use a bobbled pitch maybe or something here by the Wildcats to keep them from picking up that first down. This is a big 4th down right here. As York showing, bringing everybody in the box, they're showing a rush. And they're going to hand off to Robinson, and Robinson going to push forward, and he's going to get the first down. So here's to you, Mr. Robinson, picking up the first.
Just good tough running over the right guard, Gary. Kindly ran that up under the guard, not really through the gap between the center and the guard, but just got on the guard's hip and just rode that through for about a 4-yard gain.
And the thing about it is, Gary, that is a first down with 4:15. They can run a lot of this clock off now.
Yeah, York may have to look at taking a couple of timeouts here, Gary, and preserve some clock time.
York could use a big turnover here as they get back. It'll be Carpenter in the shotgun as York could use a big turnover in this possession. Snap back to Carpenter. He's going to hand it to Robinson. Robinson's going to be hit immediately.
Yeah, no gain. Evan Tompkins first one there to pull him down, so good job by Evan to hold him up.
And that's going to take us under 4 minutes. We got actually under 3:40 left to go here in the ball game, and Gary, they can run this down almost to 3 minutes before they have to snap it.
Yeah, it'll be close. Gain of about 1 on that one, Gary, so it'll be 2nd down 9.
They'll have to snap it before 3:05 as so it's 2nd and 9 now for the Cats as they get their play in. They're taking their time. They're not going to rush to the thing. York could really use a turnover right here by the Cats in this pouring rain. That's always a possibility. As a snap, it's going to be the quarterback keeper, and he's upended or hit right there, goes ahead for about maybe 2 yards, so it's going to bring up a 3rd and long, Gary.
Yeah, give him 2.5, almost out the midfield, Gary. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 here. A big 3rd down. York takes timeout.
Timeout on the field. We have 3:01 left to play in the game. It's 15-7 Livingston.
Going green is good for your energy bill and good for the environment, but making the right choices can be confusing. So let the experts at Condition Heating and Cooling help you find the right solution for your home We can show you a full lineup of York heating and air conditioning units, from their LX series all the way up to their Affinity series. You're sure to find the right fit for both your needs and your budget. Call Condition Heating and Cooling today to schedule a full inspection on your system and let us show you specific ways you can save energy dollars in your home.
3 minutes and a tick left to go here in the ball game, Gary, and York has got Livingston at a 3rd and long. If they can stop them here and maybe take a timeout and get the ball back, they're going to have to hurry, though. Not a lot of time left, and York's not a quick offense.
No, they're not, Gary. And, that, like we said earlier, you hope you got a couple of plays you can use here, something effective, maybe get out in space and make a big play. But York got to hold them here first.
3rd and about 6 for the Cats as Carpenter in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes it to Robertson. He is hit immediately. He is dumped on his keister, Gary, on that one as Gibson come in charging hard.
Yeah, Gibson, Caden Buck, Evan Tompkins, all three there, but Gibson got him first, but the backs bumped into each other, Gary, and probably lucky they didn't fumble that ball, and he held on to it as he was getting hit very hard.
And now Caden Stover will step back as Livingston will have to punt it away. We're down under 2.5 minutes to go in the ball game. They still got 15 seconds before they have to snap it. They snapped it a little early, and that's going to be a one that'll take a hit, and he'll let that one die right there. And York, Gary, is going to have 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go, about 79 yards.
Yeah, a long way to go for York here, but like I said, you got to go deep in the playbook here, see what you got that can work.
So up will come the Dragons, and Gary, I thought Stover might come a little bit closer and try to get that one in the air.
Yeah, the other thing, it's pouring the rain again right now. It's wet. We've seen York have a hard time handling the football here in the second half, and, it's going to be a hard football to throw, Gary.
138 seconds left to go in this one, and the Dragons come up with the 3-man backfield. Now they're getting a couple of receivers in now. They got Mitchell and Bilbrey going to go off the field now as Mark Mitchell comes in, and the ball on the ground. And did York come up with it? Livingston says they've got it, and they have.
Big turnover. Once again, the center quarterback exchange didn't come cleanly, and the ball on the ground, Livingston able to get on it.
So the Wildcats now with 2:07 left to go can pretty much run the clock out, Gary.
Yeah, I'm not sure if York's got one timeout or two, Gary, but, they will have to take those here to try to preserve a little clock time.
So the Dragons will come up trailing by 8, and Livingston will have the football as York. Is that the 5th turnover of the night?
Let me check here. It should be the 4th one, I think, Gary.
4th for York, and Livingston's had up 1.
I don't show them as having any turnovers at all tonight, so.
And, they did have the interception. Now we're going to have a flag on the play.
Yeah, they do have the one interception.
So that one went for no yardage, and we got a penalty on the play, so that will stop the clock. And we'll see what the call is. Going to be a false start, and that will cost York some time, Gary.
It did, and actually they should put some time on the clock here. That should be a dead ball penalty, but it doesn't look like they're going to do that. Well, they're talking about it, so don't look like they're going to put any time back on the clock, Gary.
So that'll back it up. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Cats, but the clock's starting to run again now, and that's the problem. Gary, York just doesn't have a way to stop it.
And, this clock can run down about 8:40 before they have to snap it, Gary.
So up will come Carpenter back in the shotgun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff, goes up the middle, gets away from one, still on his feet, gets all the way to the 18-yard line, and Gary, that's going to take a big chunk of the clock off, and if the Cats get one more first down, it's over.
Yeah, they do, and, the big run by the quarterback there, and he gets several yards for Seth Helby, brings him down. But, one thing that's also changed is the field conditions, Gary. We talked about how well the field's holding up, and it is, but it's wet now. You see a lot of water splashing around behind the players when the ball snapped.
And Livingston has 1:06 left to go in the game. They got to run another minute off the game. We got 2nd and long. And, Gary, I think York, if they only have one timeout, Livingston can run the clock off.
Yeah, they're going to get down to – they're going to take a timeout, I think, here. They may take delay of game, actually, so.
Livingston going to take a delay of game. That'll back them up 5 yards. But, Gary, that takes a great big chunk of time off the clock.
Yeah, it takes it all the way down to 50 seconds. So they'll snap it 50 seconds to go here.
And that's only 2nd down, Gary. By the time they run the play in another one, it's going to be under 30 seconds probably left when they come up for probably a 4th down.
It is, and York only with one timeout. They played this well to get most of the time off the clock.
Good job by Coach Bruce Lamb to clock manage that one. And now it'll be Carpenter in the shotgun. Gets a snap, and up the middle goes the quarterback. He's got some room. He's going to be wrapped up and brought down the 15-yard line. And I believe maybe York going to take their final timeout.
Yeah, I believe they took timeout, so it should be their last one.
43 seconds left to go in this one, an 8-point lead for Livingston Academy, but they've got the ball when we come back.
Ventures Farmers Co-op, happy to be a proud sponsor of York Dragon football. We wish you a winning season. Every game is a success when you have played your best. Ventures Farmers Co-op, bringing you quality products from feed, seed, and fertilize, to automotive, to animal health and pet products, to gas, diesel, and propane, to clothing and boots for the family and a gift shop. All this and much more at Ventures Farmers Co-op, 1219 Old Highway 127 South, Jamestown. Go Dragons!
Livingston has got 43 seconds to run off the clock, and that looks like a pretty good bet that Wildcats going to pick up a big win.
Yeah, as long as they can take 3.4 seconds off to run this play, they should be able to run the clock out, Gary. So look for the quarterback to run backwards here to lose a few yards, but to make this the last play of the game for them. And, hard-fought ball game. York made it kind of tough on themselves, not being able to get a snap cleanly, but they fought and hung in it, and it come right down to the end.
So back will go the quarterback as he sends his players out to the right. He's not going to throw the ball. He's going to try to run it here and just run his clock out. He takes the snap. He's running over to the right side looking for a 1st down. Cuts back, and he's going to get a face mask, Gary.
No, actually, he tried to hold up. I don't think there was a face mask, Gary, but he got crushed at the end there, and probably lucky he didn't get a penalty for that one.
It's going to be 4th down and long, and now Livingston Academy, Gary, if I'm Livingston, I'm going to run a play.
They can run the clock out, Gary. They don't have to run another play.
So it looks like Livingston Academy just going to let that clock go ticking away. And the Dragons going to fall here at Livingston Academy in a hard-fought battle on a nasty night here in Livingston Academy. It's going to be Livingston Academy with a 15-7 win. Back in just a few minutes for the post-game show.
Whether you're competing on the athletic field or working hard in the classroom, remember you have the support of First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. We're behind you 100% of the way. Good luck to all the area teams. Play tough and play fair. And remember, when it comes to helping you with your banking needs, we're First Volunteer Bank, the bank with personality. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And now over and over, it's First Volunteer for you.
No one knows sweet tea like the folks around here, because folks around here know what it feels like to earn something. And there's nothing more rewarding than the taste of fresh brewed tea sweetened just right. Like Mickey D's Sweet Tea. Now it comes in a new cup that keeps the tea cold longer. So whether you're taking a 10 or because, it's hot out here, your sweet tea will be cold. So stop by McDonald's and get any size sweet tea for just $1. Lemon available upon request. Claim compared to prior large size beverage cup. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
Gibson's going to break free, and he's headed to pay dirt. Gibson all the way for a touchdown, Dragons.
Hello, everyone. This is John Robbins on behalf of State Representative John Mark Wendell, wishing the York Dragons many touchdowns and many wins during the football season. John Mark is happy to be a sponsor of the play-by-play broadcast and hopes that you enjoy each and every game. Again, on behalf of Representative John Mark Wendell, this is John Robbins saying, best of luck, Dragons.
The Gary Maxwell Insurance Office offering area insurance is located at 300 West Central Avenue in Jamestown. Get a free quote for your home, auto, life, or business with no obligation to buy. Call 879-1251. Shane Beatty, Katie Cooper, Tammy Robbins, and Brad Rains agents, along with Jeff Robbins, manager, will be happy to assist you. That's Gary Maxwell Insurance, located 300 West Central Avenue with locations in Livingston, Cookeville, and Gainsboro.
At MetaThrift, our customers are just like family. Your health and safety are at the heart of everything we do every day. We never settle for second best when it comes to protecting our customers' well-being. That's why we've installed new glass enclosures to keep you safe and set your mind at ease every time you visit us. Our full-service drive-thru is also open all day, every day, so you can experience our fast, friendly service without leaving the safety of your vehicle. MetaThrift, your prescription for caring for 77 years.
And back here now, it's time for the Smart Bank postgame show. We'll be back with more from Livingston Academy, where Livingston takes one here at home on a nasty, nasty night here in L.A. They win it 15-7. We'll be back after this word. Smart Bank.
Here at Smart Bank, we promise that when you choose to bank with us, you are choosing to manage and protect your assets in the smartest way possible. We understand you depend on your personal checking account for everyday life. That's why every new personal checking account includes a free debit card, free online banking and bill pay, free mobile banking, free e-statements with online check images, up to 10 surcharge-free ATM transactions per month, and more. At Smart Bank, we believe in delivering more than you think is possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here on the Smart Bank postgame show, and Gary, just a tough night for the Dragons. Just could never get anything started. Had trouble snapping the ball.
Yeah, they did, and that second half, especially after we come out of the lightning delay, really had a hard time handling the football. Had fumbled twice before that, recovered both of them, Gary, but that fourth quarter, not being able to complete that exchange proved detrimental to their hopes to win tonight.
Gary, when you have that bobble, that's not only does you risk the turnover, but it just throws off the timing of the play altogether.
It does, Gary, and, the big thing is the ball was on the ground. They were having to fall on it, and had to do that several times in the fourth quarter, and just really couldn't get anything sustained, and got a first down, had the ball moving down here, and Miles Leffey makes a good pitch to Gibson, who, the ball's wet. He drops it, and they fumble it, and, they didn't really have a real opportunity after that.
Of course, we see Coach Kerry Johnson making his way up here. We'll talk to him in just a moment. But first, let's take another time out for this word from Smart Bank.
At Smart Bank, we believe in developing relationships that last by working with you one loan, one customer at a time. We believe in reinvesting local dollars back into the community to help create local jobs. Local reinvestment helps small businesses grow and helps families finance major purchases and build financial security. Smart Bank believes in supporting education and local sporting events that benefit the next generation. At Smart Bank, we believe in delivering more than you think is possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Back here on the Smart Bank postgame show, as joining me now, Coach Kerry Johnson. And Coach, what can you say about tonight? Your offense just could never get anything started.
No, it's you can't get the initial snap of a play. It's hard to do much after that if you're trying to scramble around and get the snap, and that's what we did all night. And Miles had hurt his finger, stowed it or something, and so it was bothering him too. So that didn't help anything either.
Coach, it just seemed like everything you could. Well, of course, there's no passing game with this heavy rain, and it wasn't just the offense. I mean, you had problems, especially a couple miscues on the kicks as well as your special teams had a couple miscues.
Yeah, well, we basically defensively we played well enough to win a game, and shut those guys down. Now they haven't been, they've scored a lot more than that on most people. Of course, like I said, the conditions were horrible. But with that being said, we did get a kickoff return that I felt like we saw that on film, that the middle was exposed and we could hit that wedge in the middle. We could get that. We did get that at least, and I thought that would give us some momentum when we come out to start the third quarter, and just couldn't get us play started offensively. So, and then the ball weighed about 15 pounds. I think when Miles tried to throw it, and obviously we were going to try to win this game with a 10-play, 3 yards at a time, and we just never got a chance to do it.
Coach, of course, this is not a region contest, but it is, like we talked earlier in the week, it's probably one of the benchmark rivalries that York has.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's Hogeye, and it's bragging rights for the rest of your life, especially these seniors. That's the Livingston game they're going to remember is their senior year. And, it's going to be these Livingston seniors that get to brag on that down the road. But like I told these guys, I said in an overall scheme, this doesn't hurt us in any way as far as what happens. We need to come out here next week on a short week and come out here and play, get our offense back to going like we've had it, and go out there and take care of business and go get a win going in, hopefully to the playoffs.
Coach, as you mentioned, it's going to be a short week. You guys going to play on Thursday against Cannon County. Explain why you moved it to Thursday.
Well, the Halloween thing, it celebrates it on, Fentress County, we do it sometimes on the 30th, and we didn't want a kind of a conflict of interest there, and we didn't know what all was going on, and Cannon was good with moving it up as well, but they wanted to move the start time back 30 minutes from the normal 7 o'clock start, so that'd give their fans a chance to get down here after they got off work that day.
What do you know about Cannon County?
They are similar to Sequatchie. As far as offense, they run a wing tee, a lot of motion. They run a little bit more option probably out of it than Sequatchie, but I hadn't watched them obviously that much yet. But they're similar. That's who they put you in the mind of offensively, and then defensively. They got some big linemen. If we can take care of our business up front, we should go out and beat those guys if we do what we're supposed to and play assignment football.
Coach, this matchup, of course, Cannon County coming in there with a lot on the line as well. If they get away with the win, they will make it they'll have 2 wins on the season because they got a COVID win from Grundy County. Could throw this whole final 2 spots up in turmoil.
Yeah, I don't really know what the situation is. Like I said, we got to come out and just take care of business and not make that an issue and be 3-2. And that's what I said, guys, about 3 weeks ago. Our goal was to finish 3-2 in the region and be 3-1 at home. And that's what we can do with a win on Thursday.
And, of course, it's like I said, it's a game that both teams need for the playoffs. But it's for you guys, you already are pretty much playoff eligible. It would be a great momentum builder, maybe get a little momentum going into the playoffs.
Yeah, we need to go out there and execute play solid defensively, execute our offense, and execute special teams like we should, cover kicks better, and just come out and execute. And one thing I said before the game, we can't have turnovers. And we can't have penalties. Well, we cut down on the penalties. I'm not sure what we had, but we were turning the ball over. It seemed like every other play a couple times. The center didn't get the ball up to the quarterback, and it went just went flying in the backfield. Just one thing after another. It was like Murphy's Law.
Coach, if it's a lot of folks don't understand that even if you bobble the ball on that exchange, it's going to throw the timing of the play completely out.
Yeah, we came out there we didn't have. I don't think we hardly had a clean one. It's pretty much any time, and we were drawing. We ran out of towels even trying to keep the balls dry. So, I told him we're going to spend a day next week with just a wet ball in practice, just in case we don't have this happen again.
Coach, once again, special day, special time for the Cannon game.
Yep, Thursday, 7:30, and I'm sure it's just going to be the typical 500 tickets or 550 or whatever it is. But we didn't sell out last week, so tickets come down there.
We appreciate Coach, and best of luck this coming week as you take on Cannon.
Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it.
And we're going to take another timeout from Smart Bank, and then we'll be back with Gary with some stats from this one, and then we'll wrap it up here in a moment, so don't go away.
Here at Smart Bank, we promise that when you choose to bank with us, you are choosing to manage and protect your assets in the smartest way possible. We understand you depend on your personal checking account for everyday life. That's why every new personal checking account includes a free debit card, free online banking and bill pay, free mobile banking, free e-statements with online check images, up to 10 surcharge-free ATM transactions per month, and more. At Smart Bank, we believe in delivering more than you think is possible. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And back here where Gary, give us a couple of stats from this one tonight. Not a whole lot to talk about.
Yeah, Gary, really, when you look at it, the final score we all know, but York with only 3 first downs tonight, all 3 of those rushing. 28 rushing attempts for 31 yards, 0 of 2 from the air. So 30 offensive plays, 31 yards. You're not going to win a whole lot that way, but, York's defense kept them in the game, and, obviously field conditions were crap. So it just, a tough night for football to get anything going for either team. York, Coach Johnson talked about penalties. They only 3 penalties for 34 yards, and all 3 of those happened fairly early in the game.
So York comes up short on this one as they fall to Livingston Academy by a final of 15-7. We'll have our Hall's Player of the Game right after this.
Hello, this is Philip Hall with Hall Family Pharmacy and Hall Sports and Outdoors. We are proud to sponsor this broadcast Player of the Game. Be a part of the winning team. Hall's is proud to be this area's #1 pharmacy, and now you may visit our expansion in downtown Jamestown for all things sports and outdoors and a complete line of sports medicine equipment.
And back here now with our Hall's Player of the Game. Gary, give us tonight's Player of the Game.
Well, tonight's Player of the Game, Gary, will be Caden Stover. Of course, he was the offense tonight with the 80-yard kickoff return. Also chipped in with 4 tackles on defense, including an interception and another pass breakup. So Caden Stover, our Player of the Game tonight.
Well, that's going to about wrap it up for us from here tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining us. Apologize for all the technical difficulties we had, and hopefully we'll get that sorted out before next week. But I want to thank everybody for joining us and thank our sponsors. And I want to thank Lydia on camera tonight taking care of the camera duties. And until next week, when you are Coach Cannon County, I'm Gary Clark. Stick around for my news coming up right after this here on WDB. Until next week, see ya.